Oh,
So, yeah, you were saying.
hold on. Hold on.
No, you don't have to say.
Oh. Okay. So, welcome back to Psychonauts.
Yeah,
I've been busy.
This is watch session, the stream where we watch people play games, so the rest of us don't have to.
Yeah. So since we,
no, yeah, I was just about to say it's not necessarily bad games we play. Sometimes it's good games that we just can't get around to.
Yeah. Or they're just weird. That's my go-to. Is weird games.
Yeah.
I think it definitely qualifies.
So I've been busy since we last left our intrepid hero Raz.
Yeah.
He was at a disco dance party, which he is not right now. That squirrel is having a bad time.
Oh, yeah.
Or a very good time.
I'll let him live.
What do you mean live?
I mean, Dogan's not
He's
gonna really
living.
know, is he?
So, I said that I would go get the cobweb duster.
Yes.
Which I did. I forgot how many arrowheads the cobweb duster was. I thought it was 200. I was wrong.
In a positive or negative way?
Negative way. It is actually that times 4. So I was dowsing for like half an hour, which is disgusting. But with the fruits of my labor, I also got some bream fluffs, which are like Zelda fairies.
Okay.
And I got the mental magnet, which is just nice to have.
Okay.
I also took the liberty of buying as many Psy cores as we will ever need.
Right.
Probably more, because we're not 100%ing. But to get 100%, you need 19 Psy cores. So just getting all of our bases covered.
Got it.
I also found a bunch of cards around the camp, so we're gonna go redeem those now.
Hooray.
All right.
Where would you like me to take you, Agent Crawler?
Let's go to Ford's, my sanctuary.
We're also gonna get our new powers! We've had a couple of new powers just sitting in the back that we haven't claimed yet.
Oh yeah, because that was the Ford icon, wasn't it? Just like going, why
yeah.
Of your
hard work, dedication, and mental agility. I'm proud to bestow upon you the official merit badge for pyrokinesis.
Ooh.
Pyrokinesis.
His little backpack. Oh no, he's burned to death. Oh yeah, Duncan had put his jail cats in the chat beforehand, but since we're here.
Because the jail cat's been jailed.
Ah yes, I heard you were raised in the circus, but why would you want to burn all these happy memories here?
If they were happy memories, I wouldn't have run away. My dad, he hates psychics, and he knew I was becoming one. So all day long he would force me to practice my acrobatics, hoping to distract me, or maybe hoping to kill me. I never was sure.
Now why are you still talking when you could be burning stuff?
Yeah, we'd like to talk more about your traumatic childhood, but you know.
Oh god, I forgot they completely overhauled how pyrokinesis works. I hate it now.
You're getting warmer. Keep going.
Ah, warmer.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. Rasputin, lock your mental.
So the way it works in the sequel is you basically just get a little pyrokinesis bubble.
Hmm.
And that's way better. Also, my favorite part is the little thermometer to show you how far your pyrokinesis is to being done. Except for some reason, 80% of the time it pops up off screen.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be fair, I did like the fact that you burnt that last tent, and that because you're at so little health, in the middle of a cutscene, we just watched your psychic healing come back.
Like, oh, did it?
Yeah, just like one came back, it's like,
yeah.
Oh, you restored half a brain.
During my dowsing adventures, I got killed by bears, don't worry about it.
I'm
a little worried about it.
I wouldn't worry about it. Ta-da-da!
Dun,
No!
dun, dun,
Put the
Rest
dun,
put
cameraman
that
down!
down.
Put the cameraman down!
dun, dun,
Use our minds to
dun,
determine
dun, dun. Wait, different
Roll
movie.
it. Go ahead.
Let's just move that down a little bit.
Throw. Now. Let's see if you can make it through the hoop.
You sound like my dad.
Hey, I've been thinking about that. Why'd that guy hate psychics so much? What did we ever do to him?
Well, psychics killed his whole family. Cursed them and all their descendants to die in water.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Talk about baggage.
tell me about it. And the weird thing is, I'm pretty sure he's actually psychic himself.
Huh. Cuckoo. Well, you can work on him when you get home. For
Wow.
now. Oops.
Oops!
Also, again, with hindsight of the sequel, these like entire interactions during these power learning segments, that's fucking wild.
Let's see you do that again. Right down the center.
I did it.
Okay.
I mean, well, kind of.
It went in the hoop.
Trash can. Now, let me show you something. Pick that trash can.
Yeah, you can also break shit. Whee!
Kablooey! Throwing some
Whee.
against the wall is a little more destructive than tossing it around on the ground, isn't it?
Yeah?
Oh no! Another one of my senses. Now, how'd that get
Congratulations, Andrea.
Looks like we're in love.
You're now a
What?
professional tosser.
Why don't you smash him in the head with that handy trash can? Come on!
No,
Use
no,
telekinesis
no.
to pick up
Why not just pick up the sensor?
This bitch empty. Wee!
pick up the trash. Bullseye!
Looks like the trash took him out.
Next lesson,
But
we'll work on your
tits.
snappy one-liners.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've done that, let's do the other thing we gotta do here. Which
Okay.
is...
Now, before you go electrocuting it,
Shh, I know. We want to touch this one. No, we don't.
Cobweb doesn't-
Whoops.
I need to go extract more
We want to touch this one.
hey, you
Oh my
only
god.
have side cards and side cores in there.
Whoop.
So now...
What?
I had a lot of build-up. Now that we've done all that, let's continue our quest to get better platforming. Oh,
Alright.
wait, hold on.
Oh look, it's another side card.
I think there's two in here for some reason. Yeah, there is. I don't know where the other one is. I'll find it later.
So you put in a whole load of side cards. How are you back to 6 again?
What?
You had 50.
Yeah.
I thought you turned them all in.
9
Now-
cards make a thing.
Ah, right, okay. And it only
Where's my
what,
boat?
does it only deal in 9s?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 9 cards and one little marker. Core. That's
One
what it's
core.
called.
Right.
Yeah.
9.
No, he's
Oh,
not here.
Oh yeah,
Right.
you do.
9 means no, and no means 0. I'll take 0, therefore infinite card.
Help!
Yeah.
Help!
Paddle
I
back.
can't.
Paddle back.
You're a little too far away.
Yeah. Can't help that.
Yeah. Let me back in.
Oh yeah, so while we were going
Quick
through this,
res,
we went
enter
through
my
some-
forehead.
We went through some craptic birthdays last week.
What's
A little
that,
bit li-
Ryan? I couldn't hear you over me going into a brain.
Oh, well, I was just saying, last week we did a couple of those weird cryptic clue quizzes. Note that
Elijah
later on through the
Wood.
Yep. Note that later on through the stream we'll do more.
Yay! Can't wait
Uh,
for Hitler to be one.
Well, we did January, February, and March last week, so.
April, you know who's next?
Uh oh. Hold on, let me let me check the book.
Oh, also, before you check the book, so here we see a mental cobweb.
Ah yes.
So we take our cobweb duster
And we just go, zoop.
And we did it. We got a cobweb.
Yeah.
Hey, I forgot how this room works also.
Fair enough. We gotta get yourself back up there. Get those figments.
If you float in some areas, you might get a little more oomph than usual.
Oomph.
Oh, oomph.
Oomph.
Yeah. Smack that
boots,
button.
Cats, boots, cats.
Smack that
boots,
button.
boots.
Smack that button. Oh, there's a tag there.
Now you're going to have to use your Psyfloat again to get those rings spinning.
Okay, cool. I know which one we'll go for later on.
Is Hitler in that book?
No.
Oh.
Is that where he's been hiding?
No, and I don't think he's going to be hiding in the next book either.
Clever bastard. Just live in a book. I mean, it's the perfect way.
Ah!
Door!
I'm from Arizona.
Oh, I hear baggage.
Bam, bam, bam. Womp, 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 womp. Okay. Let's
Smack
get
the
it out.
door.
Also, realistically, we probably could have finished Mia's dance party last week, but oh well. Oh, whoops.
Well, no, we were, like, running short of...
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
boy.
Alright,
Yeah, but
Hey, will you teach
Kind
me
of.
how to dance?
Who's that I see? It's Rasputin, the rolling rock star, in the
But yeah, we
flesh.
were sort of,
And
like,
just
running short on time.
the party
Well,
was
I say
dying
we,
without
or
you,
yous.
darling. Here,
But,
we have a little party favor for you.
yeah, but it's like, there we go. We did it. We're done.
yeah. Oh, right.
It took us, what, 5 minutes?
Oh, right, I didn't realise.
Oh,
Oh,
dear.
oh.
We're having a
Was
bit of
this
a struggle
cutscene
here.
upset?
Yeah, cutscene upset in Discord. He's got a ball!
Oh, cute.
He blushed. He bloody blushed.
I would.
Don't be a stranger, darling.
Thank you, Agent Vodello. Now it's back to the lab to save Dogen.
Dogen's not in the lab, sweetie. He's watching TV in the lodge with the other children.
Yeah.
I meant the dream Dogen from my brain tumbler vision. If I can find out what's happening to him, maybe that would give me a clue about who stole real Dogen's brain.
Oh, I'm afraid he's just like that.
No, he's really not.
Alright, which of these boats is my boat?
That one.
Whichever one you take.
Yeah.
So now we have levitation. I'm stuck again.
If only you
Let
could-
me off the boat!
If only you could somehow move the boat with your mind.
Please let me off the
Obstacles.
boat.
Can you park it next to that boat?
Apparently not. Oh, okay, I can park it here. So now,
Whoop!
damn it. There we go.
Yep. Oh,
There's a certain irony to, like, you know, like getting levitation and then immediately running into a problem that you know, logically could have been solved with the ability to levitate.
yeah. All those arrowheads.
I don't need money anymore. Literally, the only thing
I
left.
like that between streams, Andrea has somehow advanced to a post-scarcity, like, age within the world of,
She successfully solved the cost of living crisis in the Psychonauts universe.
Listen, right? That's not the door. You see this store? You see how empty it is?
Well, I mean, there's still a couple things, right?
Well, there's Dream Fluffs, which are 1-ups. We have 3. We're fine. We don't need Psychors anymore. The only other thing we could buy there is a thing that changes the color of our psychic powers. But I feel like Raz not having orange psychic powers is like a crime in some way.
Alright,
Hey kids.
Oh no, not another one.
Yes, hacky sack. Oh no, they're all brainless. Hi, Raz.
That's what
Vernon,
happens when
you're
you
okay.
Oh
spend
no, they're not.
hours grinding
great.
for all the
Me and
items.
my pals Kitty and Frankie are just hanging out telling stories and watching the boob tube.
Boob tube.
Vernon, look at them. They're zombies.
It did seem kind of weird when they let me get this close to them, and then they didn't mind when I talked all through the show.
Mood.
Even agreed to go on a date with me, more or less. We're gonna play hacky sack.
Keep an eye on them, Vernon. I'm gonna go figure out what's causing this.
Roger that, Raz. Did you ladies know one of the bloody
So my favorite thing about this
Civil
game
War was fought
is that if you happen to be in the lodge long enough for Vernon to finish his story, you get an achievement.
Wow. Doodle.
And also, the achievement is Walpole Says Thanks, which confirms to me that at least some of this dialogue in this game was written by Eric Walpole, who you might also recognize as the Portal 2 guy.
Yes.
Whee!
There in the car
Ow!
park. Oof. Aw.
Sorry, I'm
not
just
slam
running around
dunk
getting some
yourself?
collectibles. No,
Oh,
I tried.
damn.
Yeah, levitation isn't very good at going uphill, also.
Oh, that's annoying.
Well,
Boing.
physics, right?
Yeah, I'll blame Warpaw for that as well.
I don't think he did the coding.
No, he
I
didn't.
could be wrong.
Look, maybe I'm a little bitter that there hasn't been a Portal 3 yet.
Yeah.
Who the fuck?
What?
I heard Ditto.
So this is it.
Ditto.
I'm
Ditto.
so happy, Clem.
Ah, okay.
It's going to be great, isn't it?
Super great.
We're going to be so
Crazy
powerful,
great.
aren't we?
More powerful than you can imagine.
I can't wait.
I'm sure that'll sort itself out somehow.
Well, when they become brainless.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
a bird, that's a bird.
Bird.
Heard that everybody's heard about the bird.
Why,
Okay, fine, we'll do the story now.
why is he mumbling?
So, hey, for those of you playing along at home, if you haven't gotten the cobweb duster yet, do that.
Die.
It's a threat.
It's not a threat, it's a promise.
Where's Sasha's?
Agent 9.
Wee!
Hi, Sasha! Look, I'm on a ball!
I'm a certified limitator.
Okay!
Ready to roll.
Yeah.
I've been running some tests. It seems that the sensitive circuitry of the brain tumbler is picking up too much psychic interference to be safe.
Oh, typical.
Thoughts of some other entity are interlacing with yours at a dangerous level, which explains many of the strange things you've seen.
Well, like people losing their
I must
brains?
Call off the experiments until we know more.
Sasha, there's no
Just
time.
in the brain
I
tumbler.
think my vision about Dogen came true.
Ah.
I'm worried it's gonna happen to the others if we don't get to the bottom of this quick.
But we don't know where the foreign projections are coming from yet.
So I'm drinking orange juice because my mom told me to.
Mhm.
And it's nice, but it's really stinging the back of my throat.
Oh.
Alright, let's tumble that brain.
My brain's getting tumbled. Okay, so what have you got here? You got...
Is this
Yeah,
what
that's
Tumblr looks
nice,
like?
yeah.
I've never been on the website.
It's about as blue. Oh, fuck. I have a light now, you bitch!
Ah.
I have a cobweb duster too, you can't trick me!
Look at the giant bathtub.
I can't get out, help.
A little bit, there you go.
Alright, Dream Bunny, let's get this over with.
Again.
Ow.
Alright.
Hey, I also have, like, no ammo. Hopefully that won't be a problem in the near future.
Hard cut to instantly a problem in the near future.
Why are you screaming? All right, I remember.
What?
Oh, good boy. There's that pesky brain. Here's a tissue. Now, don't you feel better, my dear lad?
TV?
Of course! Right here! And this bad tooth.
There he is.
Drop it in the old
The immovable,
Now don't you
unflappable
say
cowboy.
words for 6 hours! Lily!
Probably gonna die the way he lived.
TV?
Watching TV.
TV?
TV.
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 Well,
TV.
let's go! Into trash I go!
Twitch.tv/immaterial gamers.
Spooky!
Bitch. Right, so you've fallen into a blueprint. Brain laser?
It's boss time!
Oh wow, it really is.
Okay, fight time.
Oh.
Not sure it was an animation. Just crumble.
I'm gonna say that reverses your controls and stuff.
It does. And it randomizes what powers you have equipped, which is more annoying.
Oh.
Hey, I don't remember how this fight works also.
Man,
Like
I am
that.
so smart. Soft gelatinous underbelly? Here I come.
That is quite the flaw.
Gelatinous?
What's up, Doug?
Who the hell says gelatinous?
Gelatinous. Can I see your little tummy? Show me your little tummy. Ow. Your little tummy?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I like that. Do 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 do.
He's farting out math.
Equals MC squared.
I'm loving that it's firing a giant question mark at you.
1.2
Confusion grenade.
Uh,
Can I see your tummy?
there it is.
Good dog!
Now, time to give it the really evil belly rub. Done.
He's
done,
like
done.
he's like Hunter. He'll show me his tummy, but that doesn't mean it's time for pets.
Hmm.
Target lock. Gotta hide behind something.
Weak.
Thanks for the extra ammunition, game. God, I just did that! Oh shit!
Yeah, just
But we're not done. We're not done!
of course, because bosses have to have second phases.
I can't reverse my punch! Hey, I forgot there was a second phase also.
Ah.
I also remember how you're supposed to do it. We did it. We killed Dogen's brain. Wait.
We did it? Question mark.
Is this a nightmare? Or a plan? Or both? Wait a minute.
A planned nightmare.
Rasputin, I'm sorry. I had to abort the experiment. Something unbelievably urgent has come up and I must leave immediately.
I know! You'll never believe—
Hold that thought. In a rush. Official Psychonauts business.
Wait! So is this! Official Psychonaut, eh? You forgot your—
We got his door.
We will never give it back.
That white room.
Yeah, God.
I know! It's from Oleander's mind.
I forgot.
Someone
to do
forgot.
Coach's dream the whole time. Ever since I stepped through the static in the caravan, it felt funny. I knew I wasn't obsessed with meat.
But Maury is. And was stealing psychic brains to arm a fleet of deadly tanks, apparently.
I've got to tell Lily. She's waiting for me down by the boathouse.
Down by the
Da-da-da.
water? Uh-oh. Better hurry.
So that's
Oh.
great, Nolan. Like, I
Dun,
get that
dun,
we're
dun,
in a
dun, dun,
rush, but hold on.
that. We're not in a rush, are we?
I'm going in.
No, I got a thing I gotta do first. Because now, basic braining is open. Again.
Basic braining. Oh no. Mumble, mumble, mumble.
We want to go
Please leave a message.
to... The cannon is the closest we can get, I think.
Oh,
Okay!
game
Um,
crashed.
That ain't right.
Shout out to autosave.
Damn it, Bobby.
Bobby. So we'll just look at this, and there we go. Let's click watch stream again.
Look at this graph.
Whoop. Oh, that's.
Oh, look!
Oh, it saved as you went to the cannon, and then went nah.
Well, that's good. Usually when that happens, it means something worse happens. Like you don't have a game anymore.
Oh,
That's why you don't turn it off while saving, right?
yeah.
Also,
I
there's
suppose.
a bee in my room. It's gonna eat me.
Not the bees. Or in this case, just not the bee.
It's the same bee Hunter was throwing down with it earlier. Alright, this is not where I want to be, but it's fine.
Yep.
There's a cobweb here, so we can pick that up. Someone wasn't in the stream. And by someone, I'm assuming it's Duncan.
Listen, you. It's not my fault your game fucking crashed.
What if it is?
Skill issue.
Alright. Guess while you're picking up that cobweb, we can go for a craptic birthday.
Yay! Get that bee on my— The bee is in my orange juice! Oh, he left.
Oh, good. So,
He left
here-
my orange juice, I should clarify. He's still tormenting me.
Oh.
Alright. Okay, so according to the notes on this, the writer of this book said, she said, oh yes, I'm rather happy with this one. It was on the short list for Craptic of the Month. So here it is. It's got 5 clues for this celebrity. Steel. As in, you know,
Like the metal?
steel.
Metal.
No, not the metal.
Rob!
Mary Poppins' friend.
Oh, well, I'm in trouble already. I don't even know what that means.
Samantha.
No. We'll keep going. Not up.
Down. Rick Astley.
No. What?
Never gonna get you.
Knobbly joint.
Sorry, did you just say knobbly joint?
Yeah, knobbly
My
joint.
fucking knees.
Yeah, exactly. And senior opposite.
Junior.
Yeah, the opposite senior is junior. There you go. Right, so you got 4 of them. So you're just missing Mary Poppins' friend. So as in like the film Mary Poppins.
Robert Downey Jr.
God damn it! Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I
So
guess her friend is Bert.
yes, that is correct. Bert played by Dick Van Dyke, known as in movies as the worst British accent in movie history, because he assumed that because apparently with films at the time, everyone who spoke in England either had 2 accents or they had 2 accents. It was either the Queen's English, oh, jolly good show, yes, yes, or Cockney. Up the apples and pears. And Dick Van Dyke
I'm
managed
sorry,
to.
was that your Cockney? Because that was awful.
Consider I'm not from London. Up the apples and pears.
Just listen to Cockneys, man. They don't even. That ain't even English, man. I'll tell you. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah. So the game isn't on the move here, is it?
No.
Okay, cool.
I've just been politely waiting for you to.
I was about to say, because we're about to look at this little thing where I absolutely misinterpret every slide again, right?
Yeah.
All right.
When
cool.
you called Sasha's mom his wife.
Yeah.
So only under shame, and it's important. You cannot open this vault. This is the first opportunity you have to open this vault.
Oh.
Just going in.
So.
And they measure him up.
He's too short because he has no neck.
Too short because he has no neck. Finally, a military program for me.
Is missing half of his torso. Has been subsumed by his jawbones.
So he's now kicked out of the army?
Kicked him out of the military. Yeah, kicked out of the military. Kicked out of the Air Force. Kicked out of the Navy. Kicked out of the chefs.
What? Can't even be a mess hand.
He goes, grrr.
I'll show
storms
you.
away.
I'm gonna start my own military with blackjack and hookers.
So really, so he got kicked out of everywhere just because he was fat?
No, because he was short.
Oh.
Also, while we're here, I'm gonna go get that last cobweb.
It's very clear what happened there.
Yeah, all right, fine. Yeah.
He did say he was gonna misinterpret everything.
Yeah. But does that mean that
I didn't realize it was an intentional thing. I thought he was.
Yo, you see that jump? That was aces.
It was.
What do you mean? No, the cobwebs. Oh. Goodbye.
I can't believe you've died.
Well, I don't know where O'Meal is, so we gotta keep going for a bit.
No, but that other, I mean the other vault, which was like his pride, right?
Yeah.
So was that just all a dream, or just?
It was a lie. He was lying to us. You think someone would do that? Just make a memory vault and tell lies?
What was the lie?
That he was a big superhero, military,
Gave kids boxes of math, wore assless chaps.
Yeah. Wow, look at that lie.
It was like Captain America if he was a fraud.
It's Captain America without the superhero syndrome. Stuff.
No, Syndrome's a different guy.
Where's my super suit?
I'm sorry, I was brutally assaulted by my own throat mid-sentence, so I apologize for not being able to say words correctly.
Sorry, I hear the word syndrome, and the first thing I went to was Samuel L. Jackson.
Syndrome.
Why is Samuel L. Jackson everyone? Wait, no, never mind. I didn't say anything.
Why?
Stop talking to me.
Don't.
All right, I mean, I'll just go. I'll just take my headphones off. I'll just, I'm gonna just go and grab my drink somewhere, but still, I'll just leave you to simmer with that one.
Guys, only this one figment. This water looks like ass.
You bled through the headphones.
Just putting this out there. This was made in the same generation as Super Mario Sunshine.
I thought you were about to compare it to Final Fantasy X, and I was about to go, you can't just compare every game to Final Fantasy X. Alright, big brain strat, you ready?
Yeah.
It was made on the GameCube, which I'm pretty sure was a less powerful device.
I'm still ready.
you shouldn't be, because apparently there is no big brain strategy.
Oh, okay.
Burn into the ground.
No!
You tried.
Why can't you grab
I'm-
ledges?
Why did that Figment sound effect die?
Lover
Oh,
of
it
the
sounded like the
poutine.
music died when the Figment was picked up. It was like, hold on, stop.
Very dramatic.
I mean, to be fair, I'm going through my role
I'm
playing.
gonna die here.
Don't die.
Yeah, because she just has. She's just gotta go. There's no time. There's no time. We're gonna go. We're gonna go, Andrea.
Yeah, I had a good
Rush,
case
run, sprint.
of like bits where the soundtrack just decided it wanted to stop for a narrative reason. Going through my first run or my first session of playing Cassette Beasts this morning, which is like, well, it's like
That
Pokemon.
sounds like a rhythm game.
It's not. It's closer to. It's a monster catching game,
Oh.
i.e., like Pokemon, but set in the world of New Wirral, which, given that half of the characters in the game sound British, the Wirral.
I did it.
Yay!
Hey.
All mental cobwebs cleared.
Yeah, have you guys seen the new Nintendo Direct?
No, but but bizarrely enough, I know two of the. Well, Nintendo Direct is basically, from what I saw, big announcements was they're bringing about 8 million Mario things.
Yeah.
Including a remaster of what is it, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.
Yeah, which is exciting. I will probably stream it when it comes out.
Cool.
Ditto for the Mario RPG.
Oh yeah, the remake, just remastering Mario RPG as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Bobby.
Oh, hi, Bobby.
Look,
Bobby.
That boy ain't right.
That boy needs therapy. Wait, hold on. So you still had the.
Jeez, it sounds like you caught a bad cold.
Maybe. But listen. I traced the psychic interference back to Coach Oleander's radio.
Oh.
He's been broadcasting his insane plots all over camp in his sleep.
So he's really kidnapping children and stealing their brains to make weapons.
Yes! Isn't that great?
What?
What?
How is that great?
Because this is an honest-to-goodness psychic emergency.
And Sasha's not here. He left on some official Psychonauts business.
Mia left a note saying the same thing.
Lily, a deranged madman is building an army of psychic death tanks to take over the world. And there's no one who can stop him, except for you and me.
Oh my god! Let's make out!
What?
What?
Sorry, I'm just so excited. Since you showed up, Raz,
Uh,
there's so much more exciting.
It's a pizza.
Sinister death plots.
These are all
mad
laws, right?
scientists, hideous monsters.
Make out?
How long have I ignored what this camp had to offer? Everything's new to me now, thanks to you. I mean, look at this flower.
You mean like kiss?
How many years have I been coming here, and I've never even noticed a cool
Raz.
flower like this before?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh God.
Oh, you didn't just hit my boyfriend.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Lily!
Oh no. Went into the ocean. That's
The
like
ocean?
That's like the one place we're not supposed to go.
Let's get him.
I can't. I can't swim.
Well, then use the bathysphere at the end of the dock.
Oh,
Quick,
convenient.
Flipper prints are still glowing.
Are you coming?
It's a good thing we got one of those just laying around.
I can't. I
Oh
have
wait,
to
it's a
We'd be in a lot of trouble
bathysphere.
if we didn't.
It's a bathysphere. We go in it, we're gonna hear a weird like anti-establishment speech. Here's a man not entitled to the sweat of his own brow.
Now get a move on before that girl gets overly digested.
Overly digested. I don't think she should be even like, you know.
Nah, she can be a little digested as a
Even
treat.
slightly digested is like kind of a problem, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I was playing this Cassette Beasts, and like your character gets washed up on the beach at the start of the game, and you're in this new fantastic world. You meet a new character, and you get home. you speak to a nurse, and it's just like, oh, right, oh, yes, I'm in this fantastical world, so I can just leave, right? And there's this chirpy music playing in the back, and then the moment you ask that question, just one of the characters just goes, no, you're trapped here forever, and the music just disappears.
Oh.
It's like, oh. Yeah, but it seems to be a bit weird. I don't know, from the little I've played on the first session, it seems to be trapped in some sort of place out of time. So it's just like people from different eras and different times just all get thunked out of their world and just placed into this place. So it's the same world where someone can have a vinyl, like a gramophone, and a Walkman. Ooh, footprints.
World War II would have a gramophone and a Walkman. You're describing Yeek, a postmodern RPG.
Oh yeah, that might be something I might actually have to put on the role-playing Not In My Games list.
That's something we should put on the watch session with Saturday. Me and Duncan played like the first episode last year.
Oh yeah.
The Worcestershire, but it was like just at the transition period between proper video and streaming. So I don't even know if it got to you.
I'm not sure, you know. I don't know. It might be in there. The bells. The bells.
Oh, Danny boy.
Oh,
The bells.
Danny
The bells are calling.
Ah!
So I had a Nintendo Direct.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be hard to find a new place to give you lumps.
So what else was there on Nintendo Direct?
Well, the game I'm actually the most excited for, it's coming out in March, is the new Princess Peach game they're making.
Oh, I
It
did
looks
see
so
that.
fun and charming.
Yeah, because I'm sure I saw something about basically Princess Peach having a
She gets
Waluigi
Kirby
like.
transformations. What?
I don't know. I saw someone I followed on Twitter basically just said, right, it's like basically, oh god, oh I love this. I love the perspective change. You're being hunted.
Second perspective gaming.
I like the hands.
Second person gaming. This is...
Yeah.
This is the future. But no, she gets like Kirby transformations. There's Sword Fighter Peach. There's Kung Fu Peach. Patissier Peach, which you know I'm excited about, but there's also Detective Peach, and I'm also excited about that. Whoops!
Is Detective Peach gonna be voiced by Danny DeVito?
That'd be an interesting world to live in. Oh no, why now? No!
What happened?
What
My
happened?
controller.
Oh.
What?
Oh. Oh.
Ah!
Is it working now?
Yeah.
Okay. Weird.
No, Raz just had a seizure. No, it's fine.
See, that's the other thing. The other bits that came off Nintendo Direct that I saw was the fact that Riot Forge had announced 2 of their games on Switch. One that I was already looking forward to, and the other I didn't know existed until they announced it.
What's that?
It was the one that I put in the general chat in Discord. It's basically, if you like Stardew Valley, there is a Riot Forge League of Legends. I believe the term is now a cozy sim. Is that what they call them?
Cozy Sims.
Yeah, so it's set with the Yordles in Bandle City, and you basically are a Yordle trying to figure out why all the portals to the rest of the League of Legends universe are not working, and you do it by farming
you had
and
me
crafting.
until the League of Legends bit.
Oh, don't worry about it. No, the thing with League of Legends stories is that you don't need to play League of Legends.
Yeah, but the thing with League of Legends is that it's still League of Legends.
The story of League of Legends doesn't matter. It matters even less than the story of Overwatch.
And I mean, to be fair,
that doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, to be fair, in this Bandle City game, considering it looks like you're solely playing in, you're just crafting and fishing and building stuff and all that shit. You don't need any knowledge, nor do you need to care.
Yeah, speaking of cozy games.
Yeah.
I tell you, like, one of the oddest and, like, kind of sad things I encountered as a youth with a cozy game.
Mm.
So when I was, like, Like, we got the Wii when I was like 5, right?
Oh, I don't know, probably around there, give or take.
So, on my birthday after we got the Wii, my aunt and uncle gave me Harvest Moon Magical Melody for the Wii.
Okay.
Right? Right. And Magical Melody is still my favorite Harvest Moon game. Rude. Are there any other nail boxes? Because I didn't see any.
One on the left.
Ugh. Ugh. But for some, and it's the Wii version is a remake of the version for GameCube. Whoops.
Instant death.
But for some reason, in the transition, they took out the option to play as a girl. Because you can in the GameCube, but not on the Wii.
It's a different kind of transition.
I just find it weird because I feel like the main cozy game demographic is people who identify as female and would like to play as a female. I don't know. Maybe I'm insane.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
But I remember when I was little and I saw other people play, they could play as a girl. So I was trying to figure out what the difference was. And I didn't know until like several years later. Fish!
Oh my god, you're wearing a fish for a head. Oh.
Fish head, doo-doo-doo.
I also don't like this sequence very much.
I don't know, it feels a little, like, in terms of pacing.
Slow?
Considering what else, how else you've been doing stuff. I know it's a platform and you generally, platformers are methodical and stuff like that. They don't always have a massive, they're not all high-paced all the time, but compared to everything else I've watched of this so far, it's just
it's a very consistent
right
thing. My
down.
least favorite parts of Psychonauts are the slower parts. Because they're slow. And I'm gonna tell you, the pace is not gonna pick up anytime soon.
Oh no.
Yeah, whenever I talk to Fizz about the stuff I like, I'll talk about a lot of complaints I have about it, and then Fizz will just go like, you know, I'm not sure if you really like this. And it's like, I do, it's just everything that fits in my niche also kind of sucks, you know?
Yeah, no, there's the thing, it's like, I've got some, enjoyable games. There are still parts of said enjoyable games that really annoy the fuck out of me.
Okay, so Psychonauts 1 versus 2, right? I think Psychonauts 2 is a far superior game, but you kind of have to at least play the first one to get the second one, so that's why we're here.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, no, Psychonauts 1 is the better game, because Psychonauts 1 is more experimental with, its levels and stuff. Except I feel like that experimentation is more often to its detriment than its benefit. Because a lot of the experimental levels are the ones that are slow and boring.
Yeah, these are the experiments that really have failed.
Yeah.
It's not for a lack of trying,
and
that's...
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I doing this wrong? Help.
There's the idea you're supposed to try and get it to get trapped in those oyster shells or whatever.
Yeah. I think it's just the angle I was at. Hold on, let's try that. There we go.
There you go.
And then you go. And then you also get stuck on the oyster shell, actually.
It's actually a vital part of the process.
Trust the process.
Yeah, man.
I do I enjoy the lungfish, though. It's a lungfish, also.
Poor little thing. That poor little thing just tried to kill me about 8 different ways.
Well...
Sorry.
This was once just a normal-sized lungfish, minding its own business in a mucus-lined air bubble beneath a semi-dry lake bed. But judging by the work done on it, I suspect Maury has mutated it, accelerated its growth, and has placed an implant in its brain to make it do his evil bidding.
Oof.
Poor little thing.
Yeah.
Go inside there and try to smash the implant. Use the psycho portal I saw you steal from Sasha's lab.
Yeah. That works on big scary monsters?
Oh, monster schmonster. That thing's more afraid of you than you are of it. Now get in there.
I.
So actually, speaking of the Psycho
I mean,
portal,
maybe.
I don't know in the sequel because I haven't experimented with it in the sequel.
Mm.
No, because you can't use items whenever in the sequel. That's why. But there is an in-universe justification on why you cannot go into everyone's brain, and I think that's fascinating. Because, like, you can't go into the campers' brains even when they get them back, because you just legally cannot do that to a minor without express, like, consent. Which is interesting. And there's a couple more cases we'll find down the line, but I just think it's neat.
In you go.
Well, it's a big fish. How bad could it be?
How bad could it be?
That is a nice fucking fish. Big fucking eyes. But a nice fucking fish. The hell?
Fishopolis.
Oh my
Close.
gosh. Sharky and George. There's exclamation points coming out of that building. Oh, Mike. What the?
Good day to you, Officer Lungfish. How are you today?
Oh, damp and happy, can't complain. And what are you and the wee one up to on this lovely day?
Oh, just obeying the law as always. All posted directives followed to the letter.
Ah, good to hear. Not a one of us want any trouble, that's for sure.
Oh no. It's Razilla.
No, it's Goggalore.
Goggalore.
So I would argue Lungfishopolis is one of, if not the most polarizing level in the game. So you know that cool levitation ball we just got that makes us move faster and does everything better?
Can't use it here, right?
I don't think that's gonna work.
Yep.
We're too heavy for levitation. So we just move around like this.
Hey, Goggalore! Down here!
Excuse me. Were you talking to me?
Ow! My ears!
I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
Are you okay?
He's dead.
Oh geez, I'm sorry.
Don't worry. Every member of the Resistance is prepared to die fighting the tyranny of Kochamara.
What's Kochamara?
He's a giant monster like you, Goggalore. He brainwashed and enslaved almost everyone in Lungfishopolis.
That stinks. So hey, have you seen any other humans around here? I'm looking for a girl called Lily.
The government archives might have some information about your young girlfriend, Goggalore.
I don't know if she's really my girlfriend. I mean,
Kiss?
I only meant that she is your friend who was a girl, Goggalore. To access the archives, we must first destroy the broadcast tower Kochamara uses to control.
So I'm a bit concerned with where I placed my camera for this episode, and I'm just right here next to the heads.
In order to reach the tower, you'll need
Ryan
to
is the one speaking.
You can give the Lungfish a little kiss.
without our help.
So are you gonna start helping soon?
First, I need you to do something for the Resistance. Punch a hole in that prison and free my comrades.
Oh, hold up.
So-
oh, it's gone.
Also, for the record, people are like, well, Lungfishopolis is great because it's funny. It is. I like playing games, though.
Bam.
Oh, that sure was.
Freedom.
They tried their best.
Right. We stole the shield power
What?
module from Kochamara.
Look, a badge!
Smack the prison.
Did they call it a giant? Did they call it a giant shield?
Yeah.
Oh,
Listen,
the
the
badge is shield.
Lungfish are tiny.
I'm loving how quickly they cleared up the corpse of the other lungfish, by the way.
Yeah.
I like that he just talked too loudly next to him and his brain just fucking exploded.
Hey, is this gonna upset Kochamara and all your little brainwashed neighbors?
No!
I doubt it.
No.
So, knocking down the prison and then breaking this laser shield thing, nobody's gonna get mad about that and start shooting at me.
No!
Yes.
What?
Maybe
No.
one guy would.
But what is even an entire navy of lungfish against the might and revolutionary zeal of Gargalore.
Wait, what navy?
Meet us at the dam, Gargalore.
Not the navy.
Freedom!
So because we can't use levitation, I'm just gonna... Nope. Oh my god.
Equip shield.
I'm gonna do that.
Coach Amber, Squidward, Coach Amber has taken over the navy.
I don't care if you...
Not the navy.
Oh, breaking news.
That's another reason why Lungfishopolis is slow. The cutscenes are funny, but they happen every 5 seconds.
See, for me at this point, watching this, I feel it makes sense. I mean, the whole idea, the whole level is supposed to be like a big kaiju film, isn't it? So...
Yeah, I just don't like kaiju films.
We won't be able to interest you in Shin Godzilla then.
You just crushed the orphanage, Andrea. Why would you do this?
It's fine.
It's not. It's been crushed. He just said.
I've heard about the...
We've established we only have to worry about orphanages when they get set on fire.
I feel you need to...
we have horrible trauma.
And the best thing to think is that for the film Shin Godzilla, the best thing is to Google an image of Shin Godzilla eyes.
Oh.
Apparently the Godzilla in that film looks really derpy. But it's a good film, as Godzilla films go, if you like that sort of stuff. Right, for anyone who's not subscribed, there's going to be an ad starting. We're going to continue playing / watching. So, meh.
Oh my god!
Oh, breaking news. Goggalore on drugs.
Recently surfaced information has strongly linked the previously intimidating monster with common low-life criminals. Earlier tonight, Goggalore broke some of his jailhouse cronies out of the slammer so they could enjoy a night on the town, popping pills and soliciting inexpensive call girls.
Wow.
This game is,
I mean, it's all over the place on who this is for.
It's for everyone.
And kidnapping children
This game,
on the brains.
this game is made for the exact same demographic as Invader Sim.
The
people who,
That's why Raz is voiced the way he is, obviously.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, let's go break this laser tunnel.
Oh.
I forgot to put up my shield.
Maybe put the shield. Yep.
That was a good effect.
Oh my god! So many tanks.
I'm just gonna...
Master volume maybe, or just the effects?
Just turn that baby down.
There you go.
Hey, Doug, look, Psychonauts has a master volume setting.
That makes it objectively better than games that don't have that.
I've always seemed to have the idea that
oh no! It's 11:15! Buckle in!
Oh yeah. Oh crud, yeah.
This big monster, is that the best you could do? We were sure
Whoop,
he is good at smashing things.
Doesn't look like much to me. Come on, let go this joint.
Come on.
Ooh, we're suffering.
Are we alive?
We're alive.
We're alive! We're alive!
He's the only pilot the Resistance has, and
Woo.
he has an excellent plan.
Thank God that's only happened during the break.
Meet us at the dam so we can put it into action.
No, that would have been just hilarious to have a break and then just to come back on.
Look at him go! Look at him go! This is definitely how,
wow.
That is definitely how blimps move.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how many blimps have you seen? Give me this.
One or two, I mean.
Yeah. Just at the cobweb, that.
That should loosen it up nicely. There we go.
Do I have the purse tag? Probably not.
What tag did you pick up? Was it the... was it the...
There's a
duffel
purse
bag?
tag here.
Tag?
We don't have the duffel bag. I promise next duffel bag we have... wait, is that the tag we have? That we do have duffel bag. I'm a liar.
Hey,
I promise next time we get a duffel bag, I will let the little animation play out.
Duffel.
Duffel bagger.
Doofenschmerz.
If I had a nickel for every Psychonauts game that had come out, I'd have 2 nickels.
Also, Ryan, I don't know if you just like ran away from your microphone, but you're like really, really quiet now.
Oh, I leant down and moved it away from me. I'm still here.
Oh.
I don't know what
More
I'm doing.
news.
I seem to be looking at the preview monitor as opposed to my giant screen for some bizarre reason. There we go. Let's try that.
All volunteer Navy, oh no.
Though it loathes violence in all its forms, the Navy has no choice but to activate its anti-monster turrets, which it guarantees are 100% monster-proof. Not get caught stealing children.
One of these newscasts is like one of my favorite lines in the game. Oops. And I'm just waiting for it. Because I love it.
Oh, health low,
That
dream
turd
fluff
that turd
activated.
is messing you up, bro. I'm gonna do something about it.
There we go.
They are absolutely not monster proof.
First we print flyers, then we spread them all over town with my
Print flyers, of course. The classic resistance.
In as soon as 6 months.
6 months?
6 months?
If
Hey.
you don't like our plan, you can come up with another one.
Yes, we are busy. We have to select cardstock and then find a decent but inexpensive printer within a week.
Guys, may I introduce you to Vistaprint?
We don't have a replacement.
Did they have
Good old-
Vistaprint in 2001?
No,
Sure,
but
why not?
hey, Hatbox tag.
I heard that Hatbox needs a Hatbox tag. That's a 1-up. I'm gonna go get that because of those 8 times I killed myself in basic braining. Hey look, it's the Hatbox!
Hey. It's a large Hatbox.
Yeah, you need a big hat. I
Hey,
think
come-
somewhere here there's also an ammunition upgrade. Which would probably be nice, but oh! Apparently I got all my lives back at some point and they didn't tell me.
Oh, I've got a duster. Oh yeah, it did say 6 lives. That is your protection depth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there's a button to call those up, but I not that.
Good frame.
The equivalent of the triangle button? I don't know.
Nope.
Oh.
Actually,
Oh.
is it up here? There it is. I'm gonna go get that.
Oh, hello.
Also,
Come on in, come
100%
back.
Lungfishopolis is also kind of annoying. I can't imagine why.
Hey, you're playing that game. The Rampage. Oh, sounds like Breeze. is
Whose
talking about
dog?
Outside. I didn't realize
Oh.
that was going to come
Oh.
through.
Oh, my bad. I
That
thought
dog was outside yesterday. It made me think Bindi was distressed. Because doesn't that
To
sound
me,
like
it's
Bindi?
I thought it sounded more like Bree myself, but
No, they sound the same to me.
So it doesn't come through on the stream, but it definitely comes through Discord. Good to know.
Fascinating.
So the stream doesn't hear it.
Great, now the
and
internet
that's
will
all
bully
that
me.
matters.
No, because I've confirmed that this is not in Andrea's head. So it's in
Hey guys,
everyone.
I think I might have to buy some more Dream Fluffs when we go.
Oh.
When we go back to get our last power.
Oh, so you do have to accept the capitalist regime.
Yeah. Die, train! Die!
By the way,
I missed that Figment, I'm sad.
Bag.
the downstairs neighbour who has Yappy Dog did ask the dog. Did ask the dog to be quiet, but in the most lackadaisical way. It was basically Willy Wonka telling his dog to shush. It's like, no, please don't.
No way! I hate
and it's now louder.
My fan siding with the monster. He hates everything lungfish care about. Air, water,
Ooh,
family.
is that a life increase box?
Yeah.
That the Navy has decided to pull out what they're most famous for.
Tugboats?
Airplanes.
Airplane.
I mean, there
Yeah,
are
no.
there are fighter pilots that are registered to the Navy, not the Air Force, so you know.
The fucking the Navy airplanes is one of my favorite things in the game.
But it is, you know, obviously it's good because it's like oh, it zooms in on the boat. Airplane.
Airplanes. Oh, by the way, they're not even. I saw in that news bulletin that they didn't even attempt to hide the fact that they're kidnapping children now at this point.
Yeah.
Because it was all like, don't get caught, don't do this, don't do that. If you find a child, please take him here.
We've decided to maintain our position out here, just until you clear the area of all hostiles.
All hostilities.
The Navy's favourite weapon.
Airplanes.
In short,
Lungfishopolis is very funny. I just don't like playing it.
for insurance! I mean, freedom!
Propaganda.
Oh, I'm loving that little
Better be
sticky
this
out part of
building.
the skyscraper, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh. Oh!
Oh,
Onto the ground.
I'm wondering. Well, I might actually have to check to see
Guys, I'm
how it
lost.
runs on my computer, but I'm wondering if I should pick up Ratchet and Clank on Steam.
Oh, I have to kill the planes. That's why.
Yeah, you have
Got
to
it.
kill all the planes. Yeah, probably one of the few Ratchets. In fact, I think it's like the only Ratchet and Clank game I've not yet played because it was a PS5 exclusive at the time, and fuck that
Ew.
noise. What that noise? I would absolutely not pay anything more than retail for a PS5, so any dickheads trying to provide me a PS5 for at least twice the price, I'd grab their PS5, I'd shine it up real nice, and then turn it sideways and shove it up their candy ass.
All right, well,
Don't you love that there's no fall
I'm not
damage in this game?
time to climb back up to the top of the building again.
Yeah.
On the road again.
Oh.
Dude, it's just like Spider-Man from Insomniac Games.
Oh yeah, yeah. So remember, which Spider-Man was that you were playing? Was it Miles Morales?
Yeah.
For that podcast episode, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, cool.
Miles Morales.
Yep, that's his name.
Yep.
Milios Morales.
Mila Kunis.
Ah!
Miljokovic. Erin
Miles
Brockovich.
per hour.
Wait, what's Tails got to do with this?
That was in fact the game.
Oh my god! Guys, I just realized the joke with Tails' name.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, did
Yep.
you just now?
Today years old.
Yeah.
Miles per hour. No, please, you just got here.
Alright, so we did April, so it's now May.
There was only one in April?
No, I've got a whole book full of them, but I've been doing one per month.
Oh.
So April, May, not one of the highest list of favourite characters in the Ace Attorney series, but no.
April May is like fine.
We'll
April
find out.
May, I feel like embodies my problem with the first Ace Attorney game, which is just it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I was.
It's
mean,
like the one Ace Attorney game I don't want to come back to because it's fine.
Well, luckily we only have to play it once. I mean, I say that I'm still gonna have that real tough idea of going back into it and knowing that case 5 is longer than every case before it.
I told you that case 5 made me sad because I was playing it without an internet connection, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out why I was doing the fingerprint wrong. I think I cried.
Oof.
Alright, we're out of here.
To the tower. Well, he looks familiar.
Who are you talking about? I've never seen that man before in my life.
Wow. Gonna hear a pant tear now, aren't we, as he does it? Oh, he got the kip up. That was alright.
Give up while you can, Goggle.
Okay.
You know it's you in there, Coach. I don't know where you're broadcasting from, but I'm gonna find out and make you show me what happened to Lily.
Ochamara does not speak giant monster boy language.
Yeah, we'll go with that one. Number 16. Alright.
Try triangle beam. Kiko home.
Sir. That was rude.
He just waited there. That was just... Good, a reaction boss.
I have not shot you once.
What's he stealing from you?
I have no more. He stole my ammo. Even though I haven't used it.
This is just a satire on, like, you know, naming convention. You know, this is starting to get me Tales of RPG vibes, when all characters always shout out their moves as they do them. Demon Fang, Demon Fang. Beast
Well,
Rush,
you know, it's a Japanese
trope.
You know, fighting trope. It's an animu. It's an animu.
And then by the end of the game, I'm getting to like Deadly Demon Beast Fang. Jesus, all right, I've used all my moves. I get it. I mean, I love them games, but still.
I like they always do like that last little bit.
Area attack.
Ow.
Overly intricate combination.
Don't forget that last kick.
To avoid area attack.
Oh.
Just beat him down even
the
more.
Sound died and I got worried.
Dun dun dun. Oh yeah.
Die.
Okay, Tower. Get ready for Goggle.
You're not gonna try and like take off the mask? Oops.
Can't get a good grip.
Oh, I can't psychokinesis. No. All right,
Kate. Some JPEG.
All right, come on.
Look at this texture.
Oh, intricately designed. Oh, chef's kiss.
Hard to draw. Antenna tower.
Art designed for high definition. Upscale mistake. Well, he sounded partially like a balloon.
Take control of this freaky toad. I don't need him to nab children for me anymore. I've got the brain of a little girl back in my lab that's strong enough to power a whole army of psychoblaster death tanks. Huh? What?
You've got the brain of a little girl.
I said in my lab.
I think you've got the muscles of a little girl too.
Raz.
Wow.
Good one.
Yay!
Man, almost 10 of them are animated. That's incredible.
Human child.
What is that?
It is I, the creature whose spirit was once, over here. Behind you? Yes. The creature
Oh.
whose spirit was once enslaved by the evil one. You have unchained my soul, and now I shall repay you. Powerful human
child.
Oh, great. Well, okay. Show me what you did to my friend Lily.
By the drowned spirit of Oblongata, it is done.
Oblong. Ah. I love we were like halfway up the antenna before it was loading there again.
Dun, 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 dun. Splatooey.
When it is your wish to travel across the lake, you may return to either shore and summon me with that.
Thanks, hulking lungfish. You know, you really aren't as hideous as people say.
You may call me now by my true name,
Okay.
Rasputin. The name given to me by my
Flibbly flobbly ding dong or Dave.
That noble lake creature.
You know what? That'll do.
The magical lady.
Linda.
Oh dear. Right.
Linda is so much more pleasant than the Linda we know.
Okay, I have found my. Yeah, I found my cryptic birthday for the month of May for you.
Okay, well while you do that, I'm gonna bacon.
Okay, you go bacon. All right, here we go.
Ready to come back?
Yeah, merit badge. Okay, here are your clues. Skiddy name.
What?
Skiddy name.
Skiddy
Poop.
name?
Kind of. Action. It's not right. Action on a lollipop.
Lick or suck? This is not lining up good.
Side of the pavement.
Curb?
Okay. First part of beef patty.
Beef?
No, a beef patty is a what? What do you call it when you put a beef patty with a bun and cheese and all that stuff? What
ham.
Is it?
Hamburger.
Without the ham. Without the ham.
Burger.
Burger. Okay, so the first part of that is
Burg. Burg.
Yeah, so burg. So you've currently got.
There was 1,000 better clues than that.
I mean, there could have been, but no, I didn't say these were. I didn't say these were great birthdays, did I? So the action on a lollipop is to suck, and you've got suck. See, basically, all you're missing is the first part.
Is it Mark Zuckerberg?
It is correct.
Oh
it is Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg!
In all caps?
Yep.
Oh. Hold on, guys, it's plot.
Oh, plot time. Perfect. I got us right to the plot.
There we go.
Oh, levitation's back on.
You're the only one left, son.
Oh no.
Oh
No,
Jesus.
Wow, this game escalated quickly.
Can't even make a connection with Sasha or Mia right now for some reason.
Yeah, am I
That's some official Psychonauts business.
like? Is it pointing that these are part of the plot?
I would know it if they did. No,
What?
something's happened.
No, don't worry, don't mind me.
Rasputin, listen, you're the only one who can stop Oleander now.
What about you?
I can't leave this cave, Rasputin. Not as the Ford Crawler you know.
Oh.
Why?
Years ago, I was in a terrible psychic duel that left me barely alive.
Yeah, I read about that. They said your psyche was shattered, that you lost your mind. But you seem fine to me.
Yes, when I'm down here near the Titanium Mother Lode. The concentrated power of the Titanium pulls my thoughts together, keeps me like my old self. But if I leave this sanctuary, my psyche becomes disjointed, and I fall into one of my other personalities, with no memory of who I really am.
Oh, this is the prologue to the film Split.
No use to you unless you needed something raked.
Man, I wonder if this will come into play in the sequel.
You can call headquarters and get help.
The Psychonauts won't listen.
We may never know.
Me off as a loon years ago.
Yeah, because if we were living in the world 3 years ago, or when this game came out, worse off, that question would never be answered. Because the sequel didn't come out till 20 years after that.
That is just mental.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Good. You have to find where that monster took the girl.
I did.
And if you locate
You were there.
the children's brains along the way, bring them back to me for recranialization. Understand?
Ew. I mean,
Recranialization.
Wait, no, Raz!
Raz!
I guess we can turn in our cards and our webs while we're here.
Webs. Side challenge marker.
We picked up way more webs than I thought we did. I thought we picked up like 4.
Wow.
No, stop. I know. Shut
wrong,
up.
Wrong one. There you go. Oh, you're only making 2 cores then.
Yeah, it's fine.
Or spending 2 cores.
Should I also go buy more? Do I have any dream fluffs left? No.
No.
Okay. Oh.
Hey, 1 card that would give you another one.
Yeah.
You did.
Speedrunners hate me.
With this trick.
You can waste time.
Speedrunners hate this.
Let's pick up some dream fluffs
So
before we
close.
head back into the... Now you may be asking yourself at home, if you can come back to camp, why did you give me that warning to do my stuff before you finished the brain tumbler experiment?
Yes, I am.
Because at night everything wants to kill you.
Oh.
So there are psychic bears. You can encounter them during the day, and they're not that bad. Except there's also psychic cougars that'll set you on fire. And they're ugly. And that's why, when I first played Psychonauts, I didn't finish the game because I didn't get the cobweb duster because I thought it was optional. And I did not have the mental willpower to get the 800 arrowheads I needed with the cougars around.
Sold to the big-headed kid with the gloves. What else can I do you for?
Oh, you can only hold 3. Leave me alone.
Bye. Bye, not Ford.
Now, can I quick travel? Or do I have to go back to the beach?
We.
Is he's still over on the other side.
Point.
Agent Cruller?
What is it?
I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Rad. Okay.
Guys, did you know that the guy that voices Coach Oleander, he has another credit that's very culturally important.
What's that?
He voices Morbius, but unfortunately not in the Morbius film.
Remember when Oleander said it's Morbin time?
It's coaching time, and then he coached all over the place.
Coaching time, and then he coached all over the kids.
Oh God!
Oh
no.
God! Oh,
Wait, I didn't think about this. Shit.
No,
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
That didn't work out at all.
So, guys, we are about to enter what many people, not me, consider the best level in the game.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm a contrarian.
Not another tracking device.
It's not really a tracking device.
Also, like, I know we're coming kind of in on 2 hours, but honestly, if none of us have anything to do, I'm fine with just going, you know?
That is a very interestingly shaped cow.
I've got nothing else going on.
Yeah, if we could just chill out for a while.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yes. Almost complete. Just a few missing pieces.
Yes, now, which piece talks about the milkman? The one who opens the asylum gate?
oh, I guess it would have helped if I actually talked to Boyd before I just entered his brain.
Paintings? I can never do those.
No, you just gotta learn to see it like I see it.
Ah, so it's hold on. So is he conspiracy theorizing here?
That might help
Yeah.
you see the world like I do.
Ooh, sorry. I don't drink. Before noon, I mean.
I scream, you
So we need to get into the asylum. Boyd is the gatekeeper. He will not let us in because the milkman is the one who will let us in.
Right.
Why does that hydrant keep looking at me?
And there's something in the fridge.
Cows
Yes.
me all night.
Is it all red yarn?
Sleep and sure as the nose on my face.
I was trying to get all the figments first. What could it be?
But of course.
Oh, of course, the clairvoyance badge. Bing. Oh, it's the Doctor Strange badge.
What? Someone has to get this
Exactly.
information to the...
I'm the only one keeping up with the bloody Marvel films these days, right?
I've
Oh
never
my
willingly
God.
watched a Marvel film.
Dead.
The milkman's dead? Aw, crud.
Burned up in a department store
Are you
fire.
trying to tell me
Didn't you hear?
that you
At
never
least
watched
that's what the media would have you
Miles
believe.
Morales?
Is he dead?
Spider-Verse?
Dig him up. Oh, you'll find
That
something, all right.
people don't think of that as a Marvel movie because it's a Sony movie.
Yeah, it's
fine.
not. It's not.
There's a point. I do actually have to check to see somewhere if it's actually on Sky Movies yet to watch. I never got round to watching it in the cinema.
I'm gonna find some creepy
Whoa,
courtyard
we
in
did.
this nice, normal neighborhood.
Oh God, Stepford Wives. Here we go.
But what was I gonna say? I don't remember.
Oh,
Yeah, the last Marvel movie I watched, again emphasizing not willingly, was I watched Age of Ultron in theaters for like a school thing. It was like a field trip.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
I
It
annoyed
was bad.
You picked a bad time to start.
you went into the bad
Also, I
point.
hope you guys don't get motion sick.
I'm gonna go pee.
You do that. Me and
I
Duncan
didn't
will
realize
just be funny.
I'd get as motion sick as I have been doing recently, but apparently that has happened.
I'm gonna try to make this quick. It's a fun level, but if you get motion sick, then it's probably less fun. Are you having fun, Duncan?
Having such a good time. Having a ball.
I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, alright. What how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm having fun because I enjoy Psychonauts. Duncan, you may notice this dotted yellow line.
Sure, yep, sure is a line.
Stop. Road crew workers only beyond the yellow line.
You guys are road crew workers?
Yes, we work on the road with these red signs.
I see. Well, do you guys know where the milkman is?
Why do you ask that question? Are you the milkman?
Do I look like a milkman to you?
That information is restricted to the road crew. Please move along.
Rebellion.
Stop. This is a restricted area. Stop. This is a
So,
restricted
you get a jail meter if you're not on the road crew.
Yeah.
And as you can tell, we are not on the road crew.
obviously.
Look at that.
We are now on the road crew,
My stop sign.
Road crew.
as you can tell.
Caution, men working.
Clearly.
Hello, fellow road crew worker. Welcome to the road crew.
Welcome to the road crew.
I like this guy.
The road is out, and we are working on it.
Hell yeah. Kind of gives me the vibes of like the that train level
In like Hat in Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
You know, all the crows were being like trying to steal your personal information.
What is your mother's maiden name? No, we are not a phone operator. Or a hedge trimmer.
1, 2, 3.
I also gotta remember to start whacking open those cars.
This is a restricted area. Stop. This is a restricted area.
Duncan, that's a restricted area.
You don't have to tell
I
me.
hit the jump button.
Gravity is interesting.
Oh, it was nice enough to give it to me. Thank you. Ryan's taking a long pee.
He's a big man, you know. He holds a lot.
Hello, sir. I am a rainbow squirt. Would you like to buy a box of my delicious rainbow treats?
I would buy some cookies, but I don't have any milk. Do you have any idea where I could buy some milk for my cookies?
Ah! Creepy man!
Fair.
All right then.
Oh.
That seems like a reasonable. That seems like a reasonable response. Stranger danger! Attack!
Come work on the phone lines with us.
Oh. You do this without the rollers?
Stop. Come with us.
No.
You've been jailed.
Why is it coming back?
What's the milkman like?
Why have I come back to look like it's just a stealth section?
What did the rainbow squirt tell
Well,
you? What happened inside that house? Where did you get the red sign?
it's kind of a stealth section. Oh, they gave me a figment.
Oh, good.
Ryan, you missed my explanation of the gimmick.
Oh, sorry. Well, now I'm here.
Well, okay, so these are sewer workers.
I'm just gonna walk through, okay?
The sewers
Right.
are not safe for civilians, and they smell very bad.
Well, maybe
So
stop
if we
having a
walk
plunger.
in, we cannot. They get mad at us.
Yes.
The sewers are full of rats.
So they see us as just a little man.
Ah.
I am on the road crew.
But if we hold this sign, we're a road crew worker.
Important, and we are responsible for its upkeep.
I see.
I am a waste management technician.
So the gimmick is you gotta get little disguises that are not good disguises to advance.
And they then believe you are.
Yeah.
All right then.
I like the eyeballs peering out the window.
I'm looking like the design of the roads, by the way, do look like they're like bad puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
Oh,
Box needs a hat box tag.
Guys, that hat box needs a hat box tag.
I never would have
Yeah, in
known.
terms of, I mean, you know, thematically, yeah, this is a S tier level design.
Oh yeah, no, like it works. I understand why people say it's their favorite. Just not my favorite. Just because I called Glamrock Freddy the internet's favorite dad doesn't mean he's my favorite dad.
No, it's the internet's favorite dad. Boyd fired again.
Boyd Cooper, he's a little security guy.
Wait, hold on,
hanging
Boyd.
out in...
Paul Bart.
Boyd Cooper, the Cooper.
Boyd Cooper.
Yeah,
Cooper.
he's the Cooper. It's the Coops.
He's enjoying his
So
life.
he's guarding a department store, and then his boss is like, "Hey, you're fired."
Why? What did he do?
I don't know.
You know, downsizing. Am I right?
Threw his hat in the trash can. And the point was
Look
like,
at how
no, no, no.
mad. Look at how mad.
He's so
Hernandez.
mad. I hope he doesn't do anything completely unhinged and criminal.
Yeah, fuck Hernandez.
Oh no!
Oh, very well adjusted. Very well adjusted. Yeah,
Hooray!
Los Pollos Hernandez?
And then he got arrested. I can't imagine why.
Oh, and
It's like,
put
you
into
can't
the
arrest me.
asylum.
I'm a cop.
No, he's a coop.
Yeah, we've been over this. You can arrest coops.
This guy needs a duffel bag tag.
What fucking tags do I have? I have one tag.
And there's that the purse tag.
Yeah, and the purse is behind the rolling pin line, I'm pretty sure.
So I assume the disguise needed to enter the graveyard is that of a gravedigger?
Ah, we need to be a grieving widow.
Oh yeah, of course. How silly of me.
So we need some flowers.
Ah.
These are the water king. You're right.
What is important.
Stay hydrated.
Watch Avatar, The Way of Water. No, no, now I've not just got upset about that. No.
Hear that, Anna? You've upset him.
My opinion of Avatar, The Way of Water was it was a very pretty film and a very nice 90-minute film stretched out to 3 hours.
Guys, I don't think I can get back by abusing gravity.
My opinion of Avatar, The Way of Water was... I didn't watch it because why would you? I mean, you saw the first one, right?
No.
I mean, like, hypothetically, not you in particular.
Alright, hipster over there.
I was
Yeah,
7
but
when
it's
Avatar
like,
came
come
out.
on, dude. Like the
Oh, yeah, I
movie-
forgot about that
like,
shit.
The first
Jeez,
one
thanks.
was not
Thank you for
that
making me all
good. Like, as far as movies go, it was so, like, just fine. Like, I can't think of a more aggressively average film than Avatar 1. It's like, oh, it looked great. So does fucking every movie nowadays. Everything is as good as Avatar.
You know what came out the same year as Avatar that looked great?
Go on.
Go ahead, Andre. Give it to us. Coraline.
Sorry, I missed that.
There you go.
Coraline, that came out in 2009 and it looks fucking top dollar.
Oh, Coraline, the film that all the YouTube spammers like to, or the video game film. The game. Fuck. Try again,
You
right?
good?
No!
Are you okay?
Sentences aren't nearly as complicated as you think they are.
Yeah, so the film of which the video game used to played, which is currently the one that all the bot farmers like to use as the video to move to other videos.
Oh.
Well, I mean...
I thought people actually liked that one. I like that one.
Well, I liked it as well, but given the average view duration, either they've skimmed it to the bit that they couldn't do, or they went crazy. Whisper, whisper.
Sorry, I was just clearing out my nose because I'm still congested and gross.
Nah.
Hi, Oatmeal!
Now, I've noticed that we've been getting a lot of views for the Wayfinder videos that me, Steph, and Dee did, but that seems to be because we're probably one of the few people willing to give Wayfinder a chance. Look, when you launch your game in early access and it's not functional for 2 weeks, people don't stick around. But also, your final episode of Unpacking also got a lot of views.
Oh, did it?
Yep.
Yay. Alright, guys, are you ready for a puzzle?
Yes. Right. No, it's Coraline, isn't it?
Oh my god, help!
What even are you doing?
So now...
What the hell did you just do? They look like like some kind of jank speedrunner strat. It's just like, it's like, okay, so what you gotta do is you gotta slap this, and then some guy's gonna come at you. But if you go first person, spin 360 degrees around, and then re-input the code, you'll teleport over here, and you'll be able to get into the building.
So this is why the cobweb duster is required for this level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going.
Yeah, so you clairvoyance the security guy, so you learn what the code is.
Yeah.
I work in the sewers.
Ah.
I work in the sewers now.
Is that just a nuclear bomb you just walked past?
Maybe. Don't think about it. Man, I hope no weird non sequitur happens. Oh no!
How could this happen to me?
Wow. So yeah, I've looked at the spikes for the Coraline video game video, and in fact, there's another user who's just went to try and watch it now. They look to be skipping to where they think the movie occurs.
Oh.
Which doesn't really do well for the generation of people with brain cells.
Those pesky brain cell people.
Yeah. Speaking of, Spooktober's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I haven't got an idea for what I want to do yet.
I have a few ideas.
I'm wondering if we turn them into Watch Session Saturdays.
I had a plan for Watch Session Saturday specifically, but I don't remember what it was anymore.
Ah. When is the 31st of October this year? Like, what day does it fall on?
I can't check it.
So I'm checking. It falls on a Tuesday. Oh, absolutely not doing a Dust Till Dawn stream on that day then.
Be around for a night. Sorry, an our time night stream then.
Hmm. I could probably find something.
Where's the
But it'd probably
source?
be the weekend.
I need the hedge maze.
Ooh, hello. Come on,
Is
come
the
on.
hedge maze.
Come on, Signal.
Oh,
Get back.
and also,
Several
Ryan.
dozen pixels are currently on the
So
screen.
now, oh boy.
Yeah, so me.
So now that we have a plunger, we're a sewer worker.
Ah.
Hello, sewer worker.
Hello, sewer worker.
Yeah,
What
this
the-
is not where I want to be.
Freddy, he was such a good secret agent. I mean, assassin. Who is shooting at us?
I
Why
don't
have
think I
we
want-
got ourselves some real JFK shit here?
It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're not supposed to be here. Where is the hedge maze?
I
There.
don't know. Oh wait, hold on. We're in Boyd's fucking brain here, aren't we? Of course, he would look at JFK as a. He's a conspiracy theorist, isn't he? Of course, he's just looking at that. That is quite the large grassy knoll. Just skip the hedge maze. Got it.
No, I was just looking to see.
A
I'm
compilation
not getting that
contest,
segment.
Sandra.
I saw it. I'm not getting it. All right, where am I?
This is my watering can. I use it on the plants to water them.
This is my watering can, Andrew.
I'm just loving that
Use it on
these
the
secret
plants to
agents
water
just,
them.
just like, hello. I am a road technician or a road repairman. Crow. Goodbye. You took a feather.
Yeah. I also skipped the puzzle because I'm that cool.
Ah, there we go.
Oh yeah, just.
I just love how Raz, you don't need to also speak in secret agent. I am a grieving
He's
widow.
getting in character.
I am a Twitch streamer.
Poggers.
As you can see, we are all grieving widows
Oh,
here.
I am a Twitch streamer. Pepega, Smork, Poggers.
Well, I can assume that's the
What's
milkman's
the-
grave, considering the giant mural of a man carrying.
Also, welcome to. Oh, guys, I fucked it up.
Yeah, it turns out grieving widows don't just Yeah, set things alight.
No, that's not the problem. The problem is I set one of the other widows alight.
Oh.
Oh no!
I do not know whether to remarry or to remain loyal to my love your space.
There we go.
That guy's just
Welcome to what I think might
jamming
be
out.
the only required use of pyrokinesis in the game. I would love to see a Psychonauts low score
That's
challenge.
very well timed, Mr. Secret Agent. It's like the only required pyrokinesis in the game. I am sad.
Did you get caught just as that had happened?
Are you a grieving widow? Where are your flowers? What did you find in the mausoleum? Who is the milkman?
That was supposed to happen.
Oh, right, okay.
That book you found was dynamite. Blows the whole thing wide open.
Does it?
Yes, I knew it. I was completely wrong about everything, but now I've got it. That book came from the book depository. They must want to make us think that's where they want us to go. Because they think we'll think we know they know we know. So we won't go.
So I shouldn't go to the book depository?
No, you should.
Of course you're going to the book depository. Take the sewers. Watch out for watchers and radioactives and perpetrators. Some of those sewer workers are involved, I think.
Oh my god.
One of these.
Ah.
Gun.
Ah, so now you're an assassin.
Around the other assassins.
Assassins? Wait a second.
Beware the cows. Not all milk is enriched.
So,
I don't know if that joke went past my eyes.
we know, so we won't go is something I quote from this level frequently and often. Which is not the line from this level people quote.
Oh.
If you know, you know.
Crew worker, welcome to the road crew.
And I know other people know it because Dave knew about it and he didn't even know what Psychonauts was when I showed it to him.
Ah.
I looked in the sewers.
If you know, you know. What?
Oh, don't worry about it.
I'm confused.
We don't know, so we don't know.
We don't know what we don't know. We don't know. We still
Oh,
don't
wait.
know. We haven't learned anything.
Yeah, put your assassin gun on.
I like the idea that you try to walk up to a building with a plunge in your hand and immediately like a red dot just appears on your forehead. It's like, take him out. It's like, wait, no. I didn't mean to. Look,
Also-
see, I also have a gun. It's like,
Hold
he's
on.
safe.
Hold on, I wanna see if we can actually get the quote for this, for taking out the gun.
It's fake. I'm worried the other assassins are gonna make fun of me.
Watch out, fellow assassin. There seems to be someone shooting at us from that tower.
Oof.
Oh, that's insta-kill.
Wow.
Gobbly dobbly.
All mental cobwebs
me.
cleared. Fragments.
You'd think a guy like this would have a lot more mental cobwebs.
I'll never tell you the location of the milkman. Never.
Okay, let's all just settle down and talk.
What?
Oh.
Where is the milkman? Who is the milkman? What is the mission of the milkman?
Come closer. And I'll tell you.
No, not the exploding Girl Scout cookies.
Glad I never bought any of those. The view from up here is pretty good, but I still can't see enough. I need a way to get even
Good for clearing your sinuses, I guess.
like super high. As if I were flying.
Well, like those helicopters that just keep flying through the...
Maybe I could find some stilts. Stop, helicopter! Land and let me in. I want to see the view from up there, please.
You may be saying, well, now we gotta get on the helicopter. No.
I am a pilot. Ah.
I am a helicopter pilot. Zoom, zoom.
Fly helicopters. We are looking for the milkman.
We are missing our
Where he is.
We are missing our 2 bottles of Gold Top.
Helicopters can go up and down.
Well done.
Man, these guys are dumb. Hey, wait.
Helicopters move sideways too, but not as fast as planes.
Oh my god.
He's on that remote.
Planes also go up and down. It just
But not as fast as helicopters.
What the heck is that sound?
There's a phone. So you need to find telephone, which I'm gonna, I guess, allow you to go up phone masts.
Who is the milkman?
Boyd, is this you? I think I found the milkman.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Who is this?
Okay, from now on, your name isn't Boyd. It's Royd, because you're such a big pain in my butt.
If you see a lady
Hemorrhoids.
tossing cookies, run away.
Oh, I think she did more than toss her cookies.
she fucking Sudoku'd herself with a C4.
Yeah, she unalived. Do you know them? Oh, Steph's here now. Do you know the milkman?
Do you know?
How have I not found any fucking tags in this level? Oh my god.
I mean, you found one.
The milkman? The milkman.
You got the purse tag.
He's
Yes.
married to the milkman.
It makes me uncomfortable seeing how many of those people are just like looking down the barrel of their sniper rifles.
Oh, you got another mini boss fight?
Yep.
Dude, it's fucking it's the like Shadow Ganon from Tears of the Kingdom.
So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, this boss is weird and out of place.
Yes.
So apparently there was going to be a subplot where Mia's nightmares, you remember those, right?
Oh yeah.
Would leak out and attack kids at the camp, but then they scrapped it because A, that would just be unnecessary bloat in the story, but also Mia would never let that happen. But they still had the fights, so they just put them in here for no reason.
So this
Wow.
just hangs out.
Yeah.
Steph's been here from the start. I like to just watch and keep afar, like every good stalker. Where's your sign?
Or you know, like an assassin.
Where's your sign to show that you are a stalker?
I'm not a crazed gunman, Dad. I'm an assassin.
Andrea, hold on, wait. What would the difference between those things? Two things?
One's a job, and the other's mental sickness.
Well, there you go. Now that we've got that cleared up.
All right.
So these power
I am a
lines were a
helicopter
particular
pilot.
thorn in my side when I was a child. Because I could not get those little hops over the electrical bits.
Oh.
Places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Can't stick around, have to keep moving on. And that segment's over.
So, there's a
What's
house.
it? So what's that? 12 hours, one idiot, Sonic Adventure 2 redo for
12
Spook-
hours,
for
several
Spooktober.
idiots, Psychonauts 1. Except we can probably beat the game in less than 12 hours.
There is a very small part of me, and I'm talking like this occupies like one
percentage
tiny wrinkle of my brow, of my very wrinkly brain.
Breaking in!
That kind of makes me want to like practice like the 100% category of Sonic Adventure 2 and like actually try to do it again.
Speedrun.com, that bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're all looking forward to spring 2024, right? For Hades 2 early access.
Yes.
Good. I'm just gonna love having to set up the. Gonna have to love setting up the overload for that. Oh no! Secret agents, sensors. Uh oh. That's not a.
Alrighty then.
Got milk?
Ironing board away.
That's definitely a creative way to leave.
Ooh ooh. Okay. Suddenly,
Ah. There he is. It's the man.
I told you not to follow. Now you must die. But that is the way of the rainbow squirts.
oh my god.
I'm gonna need this.
No milk for you.
Fight the Den Mother.
Yeah, you remember when you were a Girl Scout?
No.
Yeah, we didn't have a den mother either.
Eh. So, in 20 seconds, we'll be hitting our next advert. Again, we will probably just be continuing through.
Yeah.
If you are coming in here and you watch this and you want to carry on and you enjoy what we're playing and our weird ass commentary on it, subscribe. It's September, 30% off.
Oh my god, her eyes are orange, therefore she can see at night.
Uh-oh.
I'm really bad at this whole not dying thing.
Yeah. Like, I can see at night because you can see at night.
Not really lucky. Up.
Good job, Aaron. Proud of you.
No!
I mean, what do you want to know? You rolled off the edge.
Yeah.
Listen, we can't all be good at video games, okay?
Yeah, that's why we do it. That's why we are immaterial gamers.
We're immaterial.
Man.
Oh.
I was hitting the lock-on button, game.
Yeah, well, maybe the lock-on button was hitting you.
Hey, you can't lock on when you're on the love ball for no reason.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Invincibility frames.
Oh.
Invincibility frames.
No one is ready for the milk.
It's true. No. How can he slap?
Oh, I like having a box of Lucky Shot.
It's my favorite cereal.
They're always after me, Lucky Shots.
Lucky Shot is when you take Lucky Charms, but you do them with, like, Baileys.
Oh, good lord. That'll fucking wake you up in the morning.
There we go.
Goodbye, Den Mother.
Derp.
I am the milkman. My milk is delicious.
Oh, good. He speaks like a secret agent as well.
So, I'm the milkman, my milk is delicious, is the line I was talking about.
Ah.
That is the line that has escaped the Psychonauts sphere.
Wow, this is quite a war that's going on.
My milk is delicious. Special delivery today.
Oh my god, it's a Milkatov cocktail.
We did it!
We saved everyone.
I am the milkman. My milk is delicious.
Boyd? Are you okay?
Time for the final delivery to this address.
Hey, is that milk regular kind? Or the exploding dream kind?
It's fortified with what the world wants. What the world deserves.
Are you sure you don't want to just talk about this, Boyd?
I don't want
Also,
to
I don't
set
know who voices Boyd, but whoever does. A+.
Okay,
Oh,
time.
right, I can't see again.
Here, I'm the one who keeps doing it. Ryan, it's your turn.
Yep, I'm already on it.
I am the milkman.
Now, if you happen to see any jars, yell at the screen. Like this!
Yeah!
Don't worry, Frankie. I'll put this one right next to Kitty's.
Gross.
Alan Blumfeld. Blumenfeld.
Yes! I got a brain!
Has he done anything else?
He was in 7 episodes of Heroes as Maury Parkman.
Oh, I know what you meant. Sheesh. You and Sam have a sense of humor when you're on a mission, hmm? Well, are you gonna come back here so we can recranial?
I believe there's 4 brains out here. This handy map shows you where you are. Thanks.
He was in... Wow. He was in 1 episode of Arrested Development as Floyd the Barber.
Okay.
He had a cameo in the Seth Rogen film The Interview. That was the one where they went over to
North Korea.
Yep. He was the Israeli Prime Minister. He was in the shit American remake of hit British TV show Shameless. Good. I always love this one. He was in video game The Darkness 2 as additional voices. Right, so by the fact that they say he's a prolific actor, he means he plays like villain of the weeks or background characters of. Oh, he's in 3 episodes of. He's in 3 episodes of the original CSI.
That's a shame. He should do more stuff. His voice is good. So we have options for
options?
the brains. Yeah, so this is option A.
Thank you, all of you. You're all so kind. You make a girl so happy.
Okay.
Excuse
me. So
That
we
didn't
can
seem
take
like much
this
of
little...
an option.
Found my old trophy. I should really put that thing away before somebody hurts themselves on that gleaming metal claw-like part on the top.
Oh, he voiced 4 separate characters in 2 Jak and Daxter games.
Are you trying to take it because you don't think I deserve it?
No, you deserve it.
I didn't take anything from you. I didn't ask to be famous.
Also voiced someone in Grim Fandango, so...
You're supposed to be dead.
That's where I know him from. He was the cop at Santa's warehouse in Jingle All the Way. I don't remember.
There you go. So you're telling me he has experience.
He does.
In this role of random cop guy.
Alright, discount Napoleon.
Go, Fred.
Now pipe down over there. I am the authority, and I run a quiet, peaceful, insane asylum. Understood?
Ryan, he speaks your language.
Yeah.
What's he saying?
See? You've disrupted Mr. Tagley's art therapy session.
Le jour de gloire est arrivé. Whatever.
Behind you, gentlemen.
He's got mugs.
So there's option 2.
Okay.
Not what I want.
Gnome!
No!
You
Hold
make
on,
a
I gotta wait.
mistake.
I gotta wait for them to lower it back down.
You gotta destroy his garden gnome?
No, not the garden gnome.
Now then.
I gotta leave and come back. I think that's annoying. Oh, wait. Damn it!
Oh, Andrea.
Jacques. Rain.
Jack's cues.
What is up?
The joke is Canada. And here's option 3.
It's Guy Man. Man Guy.
What you painting there?
That is my patron, my psychiatrist, my warden.
Looks like Dr. Lobato to me. Is he the one who chained you up?
The doctor won't let me go until I complete my treatment.
So why don't you just finish the painting and go home?
Why don't I just...
Punch it. Oh.
Wow. See? Sometimes you just have to... Huh. You painted a bullfight over the doctor's face. Why a bullfight? Huh? Huh? Edgar, why do you...
Every time it is the same.
Uh-huh.
The matador, the bull. How I despise you both. But my hands won't let you go.
I think we go with him.
Why I am here, chained in more ways than you can see.
A prisoner of art.
A prisoner
Of course.
of art.
Well, I'm gonna go downstairs. You good?
I'm good.
Alright, cool.
All right, well, that was the conversation.
You know what? I
To
feel
recap. Oh, we haven't actually... Hold on.
that
It's
we
not
have
on the
to.
quest marker. We haven't
So-
actually talked to Fred.
So we have to conquer one of their. Or we have to deal with one of their things.
We have to deal with all of them.
Oh right, okay. Oh good.
Because
Excuse me.
we haven't actually established this, but we need a Dr. Lobato disguise to ride the elevator.
He denies his
Ah.
because he felt it.
You'll have to excuse me. I'm busy losing a battle with my sanity here.
For France!
Because...
Greetings, Dr. Loboto. Up to the secret laboratory, then, is it? One moment. You're not Dr. Loboto.
Ah.
My eyes may be half gone, but I would recognize the mad doctor anywhere.
Why don't
He's
we
got
make
that
his eyes full
stone
gone?
cold face a man doesn't easily forget.
Since you've been
He wears a
gone,
beastly smock,
I
covered in
can't
thick
see
straps like an
for the
electric
first
chair.
time,
And in the place
'cause
where
I
his
left
hand should be,
mine.
there's nothing but a gleaming metal claw.
Ah,
If
and
I'm not mistaken, you're
each
not
person has the part of the
Dr. Loboto. You
disguise,
don't
right?
pay your salary, so kindly back away from my elevator and die. Thank you, sir.
I'm glad I did that, actually. I forgot about that piece of dialogue. I really like it. So, yeah, we've got options. Where do we want to start?
Yes.
Start with Gloria.
Start with Gloria? Okay.
Gloria.
The asylum is always tricky for me, because when we're faced with this choice, whoops, it is my favorite level sandwiched between two levels I don't really care for.
Ah,
If you
bonk.
don't like the performance, a simple boo will do.
Boo.
So I never know where I want to start, because it's like, do I want to save the one I like for the end? Do I want to just have a fun time now and die later? Nice sandwich. Glorious is probably my least favorite of the three.
Get it out of the way then.
Get out of here.
Hey, kid! Can't you see I'm trying to produce a play here?
No.
Oh, God.
I did it. I predicted a thing.
See, I've lost control of this production. Okay, Becky, get a grip.
Child?
Look, kid, it wasn't always like this.
Oh,
We
I love the
just
canned
had a
laughter in the
show
back.
on our hands. Everybody loved us. But then our big star, Bonita Soleil, got stage fright and locked herself in her dressing room. So now we're stuck flipping between sunshine shenanigans and the horror of Hagatha Home.
Oh my god, it's my two favorite flavors of video game.
And a sharp stick in the eye.
Just ignore Jasper. He's just a critic who happens to be right.
Oh, good.
I'm sure all she needs is a little pep talk.
That and acting lessons.
You can get Bonita to take the stage
I enjoy Jasper's design because he doesn't have a neck, so his head just does whatever it wants.
Oh, good.
Finally, a critic just for me.
Oh, hold on, there's a tag there, I think.
Yep, it's a steamer trunk tag.
We're back in the dark, so I can't see again. I'm glad you're getting all caught up on your tasks, Raz.
It's important, you know?
Yay, upgrade.
Things to do.
Psy Blast. Right, oatmeal.
Where's backstage? This is almost backstage.
Dressing room, innit? There you go.
There we go.
Meow.
Meow.
Guess she really doesn't
Oh, right.
want to see anyone right now.
Oh no.
Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just.
Oh no, go for it. It's fine. Meow.
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 Excuse me, Miss Soleil. I heard you were feeling bad, so I just wanted to say that whatever you're going through, you're not alone. I used to be a performer myself, and I know how hard it is when...
Kid, can't you see I'm trying to have a moment here?
Whoa. Okay.
Sorry. I was looking for Bonita Soleil.
You mean the personal muse of Gloria von Guten? Her inner sunshine?
The spirit of her...
Yeah, her.
Yes.
That's me. What do you want? An autograph? I'm kind of busy here.
They need you on stage right away for your big number.
Am I not playing this right or something? I'm drowning in a quagmire of self-pity. Why aren't you getting that? Am I doing more with my hands?
So, you're not going out on stage?
Have you seen any of the plays we put on here? Those god-awful slices of Gloria's terrible life? How am I supposed to bring light to those? Listen, the burden of being the only sunshine in this theater is just
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy
when skies are
gray.
Get me some help out there so I'm not the only light on the set.
I'll turn on a spotlight.
That could work, but you'll need a candle. I think there might be a spare in the storeroom. If you can get a candle...
Line delivery has always felt so awkward to me. Because it feels like two lines sliced together. It's like, might be one in the storeroom.
Maybe.
Oh, sorry. Hey, can we kill the waterworks for a second? Thanks. It's a recording. It helps me focus.
I'll leave you alone now. I know you have a lot of crying to do.
Thank you. Now, where was I?
It's a good, like, reaction image.
Oh no, woe is me. Oh wait. She's a grieving widow.
Oh my god! Gloria's cruel training.
Oh, here we go, something for me to misinterpret. So, the Hag of a
Hag
Home
of
for
the Home
Girls.
So, mom left little Gloria there.
By Discount Shadow the Hedgehog cosplayer.
Yeah. So Hagatha probably goes like, yeah, like Skeletor? Question mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, do the dance.
You will be going to Hagatha?
Sing the song. Watch the movie better. Oh my god, they're watching Johnny Test.
Oh god.
Wait, what?
Because of the whip crack.
Wear the hat.
Wear the hat.
Yeah, the audio track was defective on that day, so they had to like manually recreate all the whip cracks.
I'm loving the one having to play a dog.
He's just like, bark. Am I doing it right?
That was some pretty cruel training.
Bark.
Yeah. Bark, bark, bark.
Why is this level so dark? Like, it's probably fine for you.
It's just about.
What the fuck?
Where are you?
Yeah, nothing wrong here.
Sure.
Sorry, you saw that cobweb dust, right?
Yeah.
It was on a mission. Sweet case tag.
Ah!
Typical. You don't have the steamer tag, do you?
Yeah, we do. It was like the first one we picked up, right? Yeah.
Yeah, alright, cool.
Also, I like how it's like, oh, let the duffel bag animation play out next time we see it, and it's like, we have not seen a duffel bag since.
Yeah, we've not had the confirmation of the two. Yeah.
We
Oh,
may never
candle.
see it again. We may never see its like again. Oh, she's going. Wee.
Back down. Boing. Boom.
Okay, I got this. Oh, wait, is this a tightrope?
Oh.
It is.
Candle.
Of course I miss the fucking slide on my way out.
Light the big
Oh, sorry, I lied earlier. There are 2 required instances of pyrokinesis.
Ah.
I
To
can't
light the
believe we would
candle.
Just do that. Just lie like that.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
first
got
tag.
like, which I think it should be like over here. Sorry, I wanted to get that saxophone and this audience. Oh, it's like sad that the audience are all just figments, right?
Ah. I
Rip.
get it.
Do you?
No, but I thought I'd say so.
Here we go, guys. Pyrokinesis.
Comedy tragedy, comedy
Duncan, are
tragedy.
you ready? Duncan, you were a theater kid.
Yeah.
Look alive, people! Bonita Soleil is about to take the stage.
Shiny, happy people.
And action!
Tonight, I will be playing the part of Gloria von Guten, the famous actress.
In this nostalgic memory of her breakthrough role in the smash hit musical
A Bug's Life.
Shrek.
Oh.
Hey now, you're an all-star.
Rip.
Without her muse,
her inner sunshine,
the spirit of her youth. Played tonight, once again, by Bonita Soleil.
Somewhere over the rainbow. Phantom of the Opera.
Menace, and it's all her fault. It's her bad acting that makes the Phantom strike. This time, I'm going to file a formal complaint and get this theater shut down.
Great, well, I'm off to go kill myself.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Another good reaction image.
Be a good play. Come talk to me. I've got a script here that'll knock
Good
'em
clip.
dead. I promise.
Game might be good. Some parts haven't aged well.
No, I would argue that perfectly lined up with like internet funny nowadays.
That's great. I love it.
Total chaos.
Like the slurs are bad.
So whatever you do, don't mess with the manual mood override unless you want to see some strange stuff happen.
Oh, we want to see some strange stuff happen, right?
So the gimmick with Glorious Mind is it's just a lot of big puzzles. You gotta get the right plays, the right sets, the right moods.
Can you help me get up to the catwalk so I can find
And it gets really frustrating really fast if you don't know what's up. So I'm gonna see what memories I can dig up in my little subconscious mind. See if I can figure them out.
Do you need a door? Just
No,
put
I'm
it,
good.
put it on your forehead. Just in there.
Well, then this stream would go real quiet and real boring real fast.
But it would go real meta.
We need... Did he give us the play?
I don't remember, so.
Can't stop looking at it. It's like the sight of a horrible car accident. A car accident where the victims can't act and the paramedics forget their lines.
Alright.
Can't say something nice, don't say anything at all.
The young boy's protests, though heartfelt, quickly lapsed into simplistic and tedious platitudes. 1.5 stars.
Wow.
Alright, later you'll listen.
Oh, there we go.
Here, try this one instead. This play has some action in it, some zing.
Wow, thanks. Are you actually being nice?
No.
I'm just trying to keep myself halfway entertained. Go, give that to Becky and see if she can't find some actors to ruin it.
Wow.
So I could be wrong, but I believe we are in fact 1.5 stars.
1.5 stars.
Alright, so I believe for this first play we want... Not quite this. No, I'll be honest, I don't care.
What?
Now we give it this little whack.
It's now a tragedy.
Oh.
Oh no, 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 no. We've just had to deal with a milkman. We don't have to deal with a mailman.
Also, I like how the portraits for these, the little talkie portraits for these are broken.
Mm.
Because they didn't render the thistles right.
Ah.
Rip. Spikes are hard.
Ah.
Wow, I can't believe they actually set that actor on fire.
Wow.
Oscar earned.
All right then.
Now I gotta find Becky.
Hi Becky.
You said that if Bonita performed, everything would be okay.
Okay, so I left out the part about the deadly phantom. I thought you'd chicken out.
Ma'am, I'm a psychonaut. Just show me how
Well,
to get up
you're a psychonaut in training.
Sorry, no way I
You know that.
There was this one play. We would lower this prop hot air balloon down from the catwalk and then pull it back up again. If you find it, or any other play for crying out loud, just bring it to me and I'll run the actors through it. We're so
Oh,
desperate for
you
new
mean like the one he's holding right now?
Hey, what's this? A new script?
Ook.
Night of Joy? Weird.
It's just an enormous leather-bound book with 2 pieces of paper in it.
Oh well,
They're both just drawings of a butt.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
A Night of Joy with a dragon?
You can be my first AD.
Oh, he's got a loud hailer. Or a megaphone if you really want to be.
I was gonna say, it's like, what the fuck is a loud hailer?
Well, I guess a more loud hailer would probably be a manual megaphone. You know, the one that was just like a tube of metal that you just. Bonk.
He was brave in thought and deed. Can't you hear his mighty steed?
Nay.
Ding dong, the dragon's dead.
So I find it funny, if you play that on like the default set with the happy mood, the knight just like, you know, walks through the set and then the lead actor's just, wow, and that's it. You're not the only one, champ.
The day the mailboat finally came.
Why can I not go to the next set?
Pass. Would it be anything to
Oh.
do with that script? Or do you need to?
Yes. We need to...
Turn it to a happy?
Yeah.
Punch. Oh. Hello, everyone.
And now we bring over this one. Duncan, is this what theater was like?
No.
Oh. What was theater like?
It was like good, you know, like fun, and and it didn't feel like a total shit post all the time.
Well, then these bags and bags of lavender-scented fan mail must be for your beautiful self.
Ah, good, self-inserted play. Well, I know it's, I know, but still. Dun 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 dun. Into the mailboat. Oh, onto the mailboat.
So now.
Ah!
We have another set.
Oh yeah, it definitely doesn't have mummy issues. Oh my god. I do.
I do. More like I don't.
I have a lot of walk-on bits. Oh, and sometimes I do the mailboat guy. It's a small part, but
Goodbye, hag of a home.
Hag.
I
So now-
beg your pardon.
The reason I was confused last time is if you leave that set, you get pooped out here.
Ah.
But we're not done. We wanna one more.
I beg your pardon. A fascist system of government. It's actually
Hitler?
fascism. Fascism. Wonderful.
Even better than Mama?
God, I think it might be time to
Even
watch. I
better
think it
than
might be
Mama.
overdue to watch Hot Fuzz again.
Dude, if it's been more than like 25 minutes, you're overdue to watch Hot Fuzz again.
Yeah, that is
That's
very
it's a
fair.
great
What about
movie.
21 years?
Andrew, you've seen the zombie one. We should see the cop one.
The policeman.
You mean Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah. We should watch Hot Fuzz. This is a very good movie.
And then, I mean, give it or take it or leave it if you want to watch the Alien, Ken doll one.
It's all right.
It's
the
good.
least
It's
good of
fine.
the
It's
three.
good.
It's the least good of the three, but it's still a pretty good movie.
Yeah. I would say none of them are bad.
Yeah.
I think I did have to. There was one that come up though, because there was one that always got me with Kind of Funny, and Greg Miller and all that lot. They went through all the Cornetto trilogy and reviewed them and ranked them, and my God, I've never seen. It was very weird to the point that it made me feel that there was actually something else they didn't like about the film, other than just they didn't like the film. If they didn't like the film, that was fine. But I think there was something about alcohol consumption that just really got their goat. It's just like, this is a shit film and the story's shit because everyone's all drunk all the time and it makes no sense and it's shit and it's shit and it's shit. It then came out. It came out a few months later that it was basically a I've forgotten the word to discuss it, but it basically reflected Simon Pegg's deal with alcoholism.
Ah.
Oh.
And people started telling him that, and they went up because that was still happening. This was after the film came, but they still telling us, I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care if it really has real life and it's a shit film. It's like, wow, okay, we get it. You don't like alcoholics. All right, there. So it does make me wonder if there is something between them that's because it was overly critical.
Not
if
not
you know
to
what I
be
mean.
yeah, not to be that guy or anything. But it's like there's a little bit more going on in the world's end than
than just people getting pissed.
That people getting drunk. There's a little bit more going on in the context, in the subtext of that film.
Just a tiny bit. I mean, it's an Edgar Wright film. They're hardly, I mean, it's quite clear that there's
Edgar
stuff
Wright doesn't do basic.
No.
Doesn't do.
It still does remind me. I have to get round to watching Last Night at Soho. Because that's currently like, if I've got this right, that's currently the only Edgar Wright film I've not watched. So I've watched. So I've watched the Cornetto trilogy and I've watched Baby Driver. And you know what, I liked Baby Driver, even with the issues with the actors in it. But you know,
actors.
Oh yeah, actors. I mean, obviously the Kevin Spacey problem. But also the guy who played Baby was also accused of being. What's his name? Angel Enzo, whatever him. But if you can zone out of that and just pretend that, you know, just take into the fact that yes they are dickheads, but we're looking at characters in said film. I just love the idea of the beats, the story beats of the film. The whole idea of linking in the music to the story beats of the film.
Yeah.
So I think it does. Its suggestion of being a musical with car chases is apt.
It's fair.
But yeah, just never got round to Last Night at Soho because it's a horror film, and I think we've made it quite clear over many months and years. I don't do horror films.
You should watch Unfriended.
We can do it together.
Guys, we should watch Unfriended together.
Yeah.
Unfriended. That's the one. That's the one set on Facebook, right?
Yeah. It's my favorite. It's my favorite horror movie. Because it's not good.
I'm just trying to think. Isn't that the one that basically led to like a, I don't want to say spiritual sequel, but like the people who like basically made another one?
Yeah, I haven't seen that because it doesn't seem as fun.
Mainly because that one, I think people think is actually good.
Yeah. Oh, that's not fun.
So at least that suggests something, though, doesn't it? They have a style of filmmaking that they wanted to do, and Unfriended was an experiment.
Yeah, but Unfriended 2 probably doesn't have someone shooting themselves at arm's length.
No.
But Unfriended 1 does.
And that's what makes it great.
Oh my God, Ken!
You know what I mean? If you didn't, you know what I mean? If not that it's a suicide joke, trigger warning. But you know, not that I encourage the practice or anything, but I mean, if you were ever going to do it, that would be, and obviously it doesn't work because someone filmed it. But if you were to do it in private, that would be a great way to troll somebody as you died, because I mean, the cops would just be immediately like, well, this person was clearly murdered. Like, who shoots themselves at arm's length? Clearly, there was a second person in the room who did this. Your death would leave you off with such a perplexing mystery for the authorities to solve.
Yeah. Oh, we're in Rapture. I mean, that's all those stage signs.
Having a great time. I really like the other actors on stage.
They should come out with a birthday cake. I mean,
yeah, they're great. I love the two on the left are my favorite.
Yeah. I like the ones on the right. They're like, yay!
Yeah, the other two look like stick ninjas.
We weren't even. They didn't even give us arms.
She's getting that award we're trying to steal. From the DVD commentary, they were talking about the camera flashes, how it just looks like balls of exploding soup.
Oh no, I mean the guy on the top left.
He's firing a Hadouken.
Even the one on the bottom left kind of looks like
Hadouken.
Oh no.
A letter.
Also, I love this letter.
Can't
Mother, suicide.
Ooh.
Right, you just keep going. I'm going to keep the stream running. Just got a slightly plumbing-related emergency.
Okay.
He shitted.
Oh no.
No, a leak downstairs.
Go.
He shitted.
Fix. Someone shitted. Done.
Does this hat box need the hat box tag? Did I come from up or did I come from down?
Good question.
Oh wait.
I think you came from down? Or...
Let's find out.
I see you down there.
I think I wanted a circle.
Well, there's a man over there.
Look out below.
Meow! I feel like we should, this stream should probably wrap up pretty soon, just for the fact that having Hunter locked up in there for 3 hours is... Like, I know he's a rascal, but I mean, that seems like a bit much. There he is. This is my boy. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Get off screen. No, you tried your best. Good job, man.
I mean, I can let him out and see how well that goes. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna take care of that while Ryan's getting.
He's the Yo, Danny Phantom, he was just 14 when his parents built a very strange machine.
I'm sorry.
It was designed to reveal a world unseen. He's gonna catch a ball because he's Danny Phantom. When it didn't quite work, his parents they just quit. But then
That's not
the
how the
look
song
inside
goes.
a bit. Well, you know, I just
quit.
his folks they just quit. What's fucking
The
got
extra
ass.
syllable.
It was a great big fact. Everything just changed.
This molecules get all rearranged. Beta, beta. All right, here you go, child.
Sweet child of mine.
Hunter is the baby of all time.
Even Bindi is less baby than Hunter.
And Bindy's a baby.
Bindi is an actual baby. Oh, I miss Bindi.
Yeah, she misses you too. Would you like pictures of baby?
Pictures of baby.
How dare you violate the sanctuary of the Phantom? Stop, or your next step will be your last.
Music.
I need to stop saying that pyrokinesis isn't required.
That's not sunlight. That's just a candle in front of a magnifying glass.
Yeah, whatever. Now just stay put so I can come punch and unmask you.
So, you know, you had one job.
Oh shit, Ryan's gonna miss out on all this lore.
It's time to
Very
find out
important
who
lore.
you guessed that.
You said it was Becky.
Okay, the jig is up, Phantom.
Jitter,
What?
jitter, jitter, jitter,
Why,
jitter.
I never. How dare you accuse me of being the rugged and romantic scoundrel that has thrilled and terrified audiences for years?
Yeah, I guess you're right. He's so agile and limber and thin. He could never be you.
Why, you? Of course it's me!
Well, it's time to hang up the cape, Tubbs, because your days of terrorizing the theater as the Phantom are over.
Maybe as the Phantom, but he's nothing compared to the full destructive force of an angry critic.
How can I say this and still sound cool? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me?
Well then, how about these?
That might do it.
That's how a 10-year-old boy got shanked.
Pen knives. What are those E's?
What?
Saw like random E's appear on the screen.
Eee.
Your fighting is weak, uninspired, and flat as a pancake. That light! I'll give you all good write-ups in the review if you kill that kid with the goggles! Ow! Ow! Son of a... Ow!
You can't say that on television.
You'll pay for that one, Spotlight!
Boo, 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 boo.
Wretched regurgitator of the sun! Your technique is bland, yet irritating. Oh, sad. Tedious. Kill him! Get him!
Yeah, this music slaps. Like that.
I can't believe you're killing every bad impression of an angry critic ever made.
Another spotlight. I thought I got them all. I'll give you what I gave your brother over there, huh? How do you like that? A terrible fighter, not up to the task at hand.
Owie.
Just plain bad. The crowd would have been disgusted.
He's thinking forward with my flying.
He's figuring out your pattern. Instead of shooting where you are, he's starting to shoot where you're going to be.
Horrible hot beam of oxygen. Kill him before he gets over here.
Andrew, will they? Will they kill you before you get over there?
Maybe. Sir.
What's the matter? Can't you take a little criticism?
I can't believe Ryan missed the entire, last third of this level.
Her inner sunshine!
The spirit of her youth. Played tonight, once again, by
Yeah.
Soleil.
These things happen. comes the sun. Oh, Jesus Christ. Raz is dead.
Raz is dead. Game over.
What have I missed?
Oh, you just missed Raz
Everything.
getting fucking decapitated.
Yeah, well, I'll give you a long story short here. Loose tap.
Ah.
I filled the sink up, ready to do another round of dishes. I turned the tap off. Oh my god, what's happened to him? Oh, she's silencing her inner critic. Got it.
Yeah, we killed him. You missed it.
Wow.
He was the Phantom the whole time.
Ah, so he wasn't intending to try and help us then.
Yes.
I believe I shall happily retire while I'm still young.
Cool.
Hooray.
Okay, so here's the question.
Okay.
Do we want to do another level today? Because if we do, I feel like we could reasonably beat the game next week.
One more level?
Yeah.
How about how long do you think that'll be?
Half an hour minimum, probably. So do we want to just wait and see how things pan out next week?
I'm happy to be here. Anything to take me away from that kitchen and the annoyance that we've just had to sort out afterwards.
Alright, your call, Dunk.
That's personally me.
Alright, let's do another one.
Okay, which one do we want to do?
I'll let you choose this time, Duncan.
Oh god. What were the choices again?
Do we want to hang out with Napoleon, or do we want to hang out with the Bull Boy?
French.
French, alright then. So, on the power ranking of levels, Andrea, which one is this one?
It's fine. It's fine.
So, your favourite level's Bullman?
Yeah.
I got bull, but
I'm telling you that. See, this power ranking seems a lot easier than the absolute extensive power rankings that we'll be doing for Ace Attorney.
Yeah. I feel like there's going to be a lot of fighting for the Ace Attorney power rankings, because all of my Ace Attorney opinions are contrarian.
I mean, to be fair, all you need to worry about is your hello,
yeah,
civilization.
We're playing Settlers of Catan.
Oh, for the king. I mean, that's why they're all going to be individual power rankings. It's just like I'm just going to put columns in. It's just like, all right, where do you place it?
Like I said, my ranking's going to be stupid. We aren't even going to get to my number 1 till game 6. And I don't even know if we're going to be playing.
Oh my god,
please.
that does make you a contrarian. So by 6, we're talking the mainline ones, right?
Yeah.
So that is spirits, right?
Yeah. My favorite Ace Attorney case is in the 6th game.
Wow. Okay.
I need to get this pulled somewhere. Hold on. Someone wants to eat my leftover soup. I'm gonna go put it on the counter. I'll be back in a minute.
Soup.
We just take turns being one person down on this stream.
Unfortunately, this one is the
most important one, unfortunately. So.
How
you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Now that we've cleared the flood water out of the kitchen, and then in a little bit of time, our downstairs neighbour will be able to turn her lights on.
I did a flood once.
Hi.
So you did a flood once.
Remember that time the kitchen flooded?
Which time the kitchen flooded? It's done that a few times.
The one really bad time where it was like it was my fault. I was like ankle deep in the living room.
Oh, this is not going to make.
I don't remember that.
This
well,
is not
it's
going to
probably
make
for the best then.
This won't make sense to you or anyone on the stream, but I'm just going to need to say something to Martin. Martin,
what's that?
That guy, 4 people, top 2. We were talking about it as we were going to the shop. That guy. Yeah.
Hi, Hunter. Oh yeah, we also let Hunter out of jail while you were gone.
He's free cat.
Free cat. Alright. But before I keep talking about Ace Attorney, let's get the lowdown here.
Yeah.
Who's winning?
Nobody's winning. Want to know who's losing? The Bonaparte family name.
Look, I forfeit, okay? You win. Napoleon Bonaparte wins again.
Is that the real Napoleon Bonaparte? I mean, the imaginary.
The imaginary real.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
actually
do we exile him and then he comes back and we've got to exile him again?
No.
Damn.
I don't even want to be here. But when this sad excuse for a Bonaparte lost a simple game of war to a feeble-minded invalid, I just could not take it anymore. I was forced to take control, and I will stay in control until I beat the love of victory into this degenerate swine who dares to call himself a Bonaparte.
No, really, great-great-great-grandpa Napoleon, I do love victory, like, a ton. I love it so much. You can go now, I swear.
Your move.
Duh. We're going to have to dig into the game and win the game of war?
How do you even play this game of chess? There are hexagons on the table.
Cheese!
What are all these trees in the way?
Cheese!
What's this? My lazy opponent is actually trying to win? He has sent in reinforcements. Well,
Oh,
then let the game truly begin.
But he came back.
Send in my best soldier. Destroy that bridge. For France! For France!
For freedom! Wait, no, wrong level.
This is how much I hate you. Ha ha! Suck on that bridge. Ah, yes. Now I shall go torment this poor
Surround these nuts.
Oh, wait.
Now look, the bridge is broken and I can't move my pieces.
Would this be counting as the first peasant that he's bullying? Because remember our guy who voiced Boyd?
Yeah.
He also voices second peasant.
Thank God for second person.
I guess we'll figure it out. Okay, so we have a few places we can go to. I like going to get this suitcase tag first.
Yeah, that sounds like a good...
Oh my god.
Maybe, yeah.
Alright, well, so what I was gonna say is I like going to, where is it? This apple orchard first.
Dun, 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 dun.
Also, I was talking about how completionists aren't really fond of Mia's dance party. Completionists don't really like this level either.
I'm just wondering, Duncan, can you just please set up a list for me, mate? Can you set up a list of levels that completionists actually like?
It might not be very long.
Okay, but no, that'd be cool, thank you. Snails, of course.
We're
Look at them run.
Escargot.
Look at that escargot.
Escargon.
So Ace Attorney, right?
Yeah.
Escar stop.
So I like the even cases in Spirit of Justice. I like case 2 and I like case 4.
Right.
A non-coincidence of those is that they're the short ones in that game.
I like the scene setting ones. I don't know, that might be... No,
what I'm saying is, as much as I like the mechanic of like the last rites or whatever, you know, when you see like the final moments before death, I like that. I think that's cool.
Oh.
I hate everything else about the Kurain trials. I hate them.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
But
I mean, I'll tell you this, I'm not gonna like Apollo Justice when it comes around. I actually like the honestly, Apollo Justice gets short shrift for what it is, but I think it's Apollo's actual mechanic is...
I love Apollo's mechanic.
Oh, Duncan, you will understand this when we get to it.
Okay.
But my problem with Apollo Justice is that it has a really, really, really good first case, and then the rest of the game struggles.
I can understand that. I can understand that. Yeah, because I mean, it is as a setup for what has happened between. It is Trials and Tribulations is the last one, right? Of the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have that big like wrap up pretty much at the end of the third Ace Attorney game, and then you come into 4 and it's like, what the fuck has happened since we've been gone? And yeah,
lots of things.
Yeah, and case 1 pretty much tells you a lot of that. Yeah. We've got another ad starting soon. Subscribe if you want to continue hearing some of the Ace Attorney conversation. Oh no. Yep, no, it's carrying on. But yep, ads going.
Here's the thing, right? I feel like the Ace Attorney game with the most consistent quality that is good is Trials and Tribulations.
I can go with that.
Because there isn't a bad Trials and Tribulations series. A lot of people think Recipe for a Turnabout is bad. Those people hate fun.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I feel like Ace Attorney 1 is more consistent overall, but I don't like Ace Attorney 1.
Could a lot of people's, and this is a bit of a weird, could a lot of people's hate be purely for Turnabout Beginnings?
Turnabout Beginnings. Which one?
That is the very short, that's the second Mia case, which is technically
Turnabout Beginnings.
Yeah, but I feel...
A lot of people's least favorite case is Recipe for a Turnabout because people don't like the filler cases. And those people suck.
Maybe.
Other hot take. Fucking Farewell My Turnabout is an awful case and I hate it.
Oh.
I know a lot about Ace Attorney, so I definitely have a lot to contribute.
I'm sorry, Duggan.
Don't worry.
Once
we finally get started on a novel adventure,
we should talk about that. When do we want to start that? Like, do we want to start it this week or?
We can do.
Okay,
I am fine for it. Like I say, I've basically got this week off, so.
Okay, well it's Sunday.
So it's not. It's basically. I'm not on the idea. Like I'm going to be around and doing stuff. But...
Well, we're talking about theoretically tomorrow, but if tomorrow doesn't work, then we'll just talk about what day does work.
To at least get an opening one going.
I can't think of a reason why it wouldn't work, but I also don't know.
Okay.
I have not
if
foreseen
I'm
the future. I do not
if
know.
I'm feeling
Tomorrow holds.
better, I'll have one section of my day taken up. Just these guys, I hate these guys. Get out of my life.
Get in the water.
No, that's actually how you're supposed to kill them.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I was assuming so.
So I don't know when specifically I'll be available, but I will be available at some point. Why am I here?
I'll be getting on with stuff just on the side, but sort of once I know, it's not like I basically have to. Let's just say it's not like I have to like be up for work on the Monday morning.
Yeah. Wait, sorry, you do or you don't?
I don't. It's not like I have to be.
So worst case, if it's a light stream, then that's okay.
Yeah. Because of the fact that we're also planning them out into sections as well.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
Which that is a point. I should probably actually check all the. I mean, the first game just basically goes. Does the first game actually have mid-case, like mid-trial checkpoint?
I don't think it does. I don't think they started doing that till Justice for All.
So,
like Danganronpa, they didn't start giving you breaks until the second game.
Yeah, when the cases became redonkulously long.
Also, my favorite part is if we ever decide to do Danganronpa for Novel Adventure, we can skip the first game because we all know how the first game goes, which is great because it's the most boring to play.
Oh, I mean, number 2, just 2. I enjoyed 3.
Start with number 2. I think 3 is overhated. I had a friend. What did you just do?
Uh-oh.
What are you doing? It's fine. I had a friend who was really into Danganronpa when I got into it, and she like viscerally hated the final plot twist in the third game.
I was about to say, is it that game's
but
final
honestly,
plot twist?
Thinking about it again, I don't mind. I think it's fine.
If you I know because like games are always supposed to be an immersive experience, but if you look into, if you take a second to look at
I have
what the
never
real
seen.
or sort of the real life implications of. No, I don't mean even. So I'm just more sort of like if you look into the background of the creation of the game and everything that's gone, you look at the plot twist and you go, no, all right, I get it.
Well,
I
my
understand.
problem is like, I've never considered Danganronpa to be an immersive game series. So people are like, it's so immersion breaking. I feel like it's an insult to the fans. It's like, shut up, leave me alone, don't talk to me.
I mean, not fair. I saw it happen. I was like, oh shit.
I saw it happen and I was frustrated because it was a long and boring trial on a computer that didn't like running the game.
Yeah, there was also that problem, wasn't it? PC version of Danganronpa V3 was
So I feel like if we ever
bad.
decide to do that, I have it on PS4, so if we ever do that, that'd probably be the optimal way to do it. I just need to
Yeah,
figure out the audio problems.
So I'll leave that one to you. I mean, if we did the Danganronpa earlier, the first two were on. In fact, I think just V3 is what I've known, and it's a weird, stupid situation. Is that Steam versions of PC games can be bad, but Game Pass PC versions have got the patches that do well. I mean, that's what I had to do. That's what I had to do with Final Fantasy X Remastered. The Steam version of Final Fantasy X was broken. Like, couldn't play it. You'd get into you'd go through the Anakin scene. It would crash twice. You'd enter Spira for the first time. It would crash, and it was always crashing before save points. So it was like, no.
Oh man, Final Fantasy X always crashing. That sounds like how Duncan played the game when he was a baby.
Well, the Game Pass version.
To be fair, I had a scratched up disc and a barely functional PS2. So.
Well, yeah, there was that. But yeah, the Game Pass version worked like a charm. It was functionally the best version.
It's so weird because I played up till I didn't quite finish it, but I got to Sin basically in Final Fantasy X on Steam, and I never had a single technical problem.
I think part of it might have been porting and OS.
Hold on, guys, we have a vault.
Oh, Fred versus Crispin. Here we go.
Fred. That's the baby asylum.
Oh.
He finds a grown man in the baby asylum. He's like, let's play Waterloo.
Oh.
Ow.
Waterloo.
I'm sorry. So they're playing it together. Bam.
He constructs a castle with his mouth.
Fred's just as confused as you are. Says it doesn't count.
Oh, he's a sore loser. Ah.
What? Are you also a sore loser?
Just loving that Napoleon's just walking around, going ha ha ha.
Napoleon's having fun.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think it might have been an operating system issue. Like it was designed for. I mean, what OS would we have been at? Like 2016, 7.
Just show me where there's some wood to work on, and I'll go to.
See, whenever I think of,
I don't recall. I really don't.
Whenever I think of Final Fantasy X, I start laughing because I think of like.
Ha 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 ha.
Not because of that. So when I played Final Fantasy X for the first time, and the only time really, with Duncan, and he was just sort of walking me through it, kind of like how this is, but different. And he was just walking me through it, and he was like, yeah, and I think it was just after like Sin was introduced as a concept. It's like mentioned, it's like, yeah, dead person Sin. I was like, haha, what if Sin is our dad? And Duncan just stared at me.
Oh no. Does she know?
And so because I picked up on it so fast. Titus's dead fish dad just sort of became a joke for the entire playthrough.
I mean, I'm happy that I got round to, because I have what I've noticed, I have a severe allergy to completing Final Fantasy games. I seem to suffer from Final Fantasy Act 3 syndrome. And I think part with like Final Fantasy X, I think it was the Unalesca fight was just like how sort of like games have difficulty spikes, yeah. And I think
It's a challenging fight.
Yeah. Oh, what was that? That was that Hunter again.
We may
No.
never know.
Oh.
Okay. Yep, that's definitely Hunter.
Yep. Jail Cat is going to be reintroduced.
What about Final Fantasy X there, fella?
But yeah, sort of the difficulty spikes, like because the bosses that have come to it, they had their challenges, but they were like puzzles that you could sort of solve. Because that was the thing with the like Final Fantasy boss or 10 boss fights, so they were less stat checks a lot of the time, and more just a puzzle to solve.
Yeah.
But the spike that came in at Unalesca sort of it caught me out when I was playing it on the PS2 way back when, and it just messed my head up and sort of threw me out. Obviously, a few years later and trying it again, and with the benefit of guides, and actually a bit of patience as well, because I think I suffered from the whole idea of I must do all the damage as quickly as possible, without sort of thinking, how to do that, or if that is even a good idea. With Unalesca, no. But yeah, a couple of bosses later, the Sin, where if you didn't kill it within 10 turns, it would just destroy you.
Game over you.
Yeah. That one made a bit more sense, but yeah. I'm happy that I finally completed it now.
The Unalesca fight is I like the Unalesca fight, conceptually. I think it's a really cool boss fight. I like that it's like actually really challenging, and that there's like sort of a balancing act between like, it's like, okay, well, if you do this, she'll kill you this way, but if you do this, she'll kill you this way. So I ride the middle and be judicious about how you approach her.
Yeah, and just.
Sorry, is this still on Unalesca? Is that?
Yeah.
Which fight was that one again?
That was the lady that turned into a snakehead thing,
and then turned into an even bigger snakehead Venus flytrap sort of deal.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember Final Fantasy X pretty well, because I'm pretty sure the last time me and Duncan played it through to completion, I was in high school.
Well, like I say, this still comes to the sort of the thing that I had with just not getting to the end of it. I mean, maybe one day I've got the old school Final Fantasy VII on here. Maybe I may actually go and complete that again. Act 3 syndrome.
There was one day, it was Halloween. It was like my last Halloween where I tried to go trick-or-treating. I was supposed to go with some of my friends, right? But they had left without me because there wasn't enough room in the car for one more person, and I was the last one to show up, and no one told me that. Because who likes communicating with their friends?
Oh yeah, I mean, really, why?
So I didn't know why my friends left without me, but they did. So I came home really, really sad. And everyone's like, oh my god, what happened? I was like, well, let's go hang out with my friends, and they left without me. And Duncan was hanging out with, I don't know if it was you guys specifically, or just like staff or whatever. He was hanging out with someone. But because I was so sad, he was like, do you want to do something? I was like, can we play Final Fantasy X? So we played some Final Fantasy X on Halloween.
There we go.
There you go.
This is actually
coming in for the save.
So I was talking about Final Fantasy VII now. Again, shocker, not completed it. Yeah, aren't I a bad gamer, TM? But I blame technology at that point. So Duncan, like you said, you had the scratch disc and the dodgy PS2. I had apparently a fully functioning copy of Final Fantasy VII, all 3 discs of it. I don't envy that anymore.
I remember those days.
Yeah, but I also had, I guess, what must have been a broken PS1, because it was. There's no other way of explaining this. The FMVs did not line up with the cutscenes you were at. Like, there was a situation when, where you head to Shinra. Let's just say you head to Shinra HQ, and instead of showing that FMV of all the helicopters circling the HQ as you finally get to the bottom floor and decide how you're getting into the building, it was playing them entering the Gold Saucer.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. But what it did do is it led to a terminal crash with the game that I couldn't get past Cosmo Canyon. Because for some reason the game at that point needed the cutscene where it does all the "you're in the solar system" bit.
So your discs were fine, but your PlayStation was reading the disc wrong.
Yeah. Which was sort of mental. So yeah, it just led to a point where I couldn't complete. And then at that point, years have happened. I haven't, got round to playing it. And even though I've got the HD OG version, not remake. I have remake on the PS4. I want to get remake again on the PC, but I am not paying £70 for it. I am sorry, that's not happening.
I would like to play Final Fantasy VII one day. People treat it as like one of the best games of all time, which honestly is actually usually a red flag, but I don't know, maybe they're right this time.
I will say, it was the game that got me into RPGs.
The game that got me into RPGs was Earthbound.
Not a bad place to start.
Yeah. Maybe I should do that at one point as well.
Earthbound?
Unlike many games that are cited as one of the best games of all time, Earthbound actually is one of the most fun RPGs.
Earthbound is one of the games of all time.
Earthbound's great.
Mainly due to
Earthbound's great, but it has some very tangible problems.
I'll be fair.
I
watched the Angry Video Game Nerd review of Earthbound, and it's just pretty funny on that point to try and not hate it, or more love it, but then still try to not just like take people out with the criticisms of it.
So, my problem with Earthbound is that you have 4 party members and you only need 3.
I don't know.
2, as a party member, is not helpful.
I think what I liked about it was
his biggest problem is that he says his role is just redundant.
His role is redundant, and he's barely in the party. Oh, that is Boyd.
Oh, so it is. Second peasant. But yeah, no, I think I'm always on the lookout for like little odd quirky mechanics that I like, or that I could like. I don't know, maybe Earthbound's you get hit and your health slowly ticks down as opposed to just...
Literally, I love Earthbound's rolling HP, and Earthbound's rolling HP has made it so other RPGs are now very hard to me. Because I cannot buy as much time as I think I can.
Yeah, I like that sort of idea. It's like, wait, no, he's instantly took 71 of my HP. Why didn't it roll down?
Yeah.
I could have healed.
No, the thing with Earthbound also is that the first leg of Earthbound is really fucking hard. But then it's nice. It's just really nice.
So it's like it does a little bit of, I don't know what, I don't want to say gatekeeping. It's sort of like, let's just say stat checks you. Just at the sort of the beginning.
Yeah, well, it's not even stat check shit. The problem is that Ness by himself in the early game is bad.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's a big problem with like early game RPGs, right? Where it's like, it's really hard to balance it in a sense of like it's either going to be really difficult or it's going to be really easy.
Yeah.
Like let's be honest, the first like quarter of Final Fantasy X is not hard to get through.
The first quarter of Final Fantasy X is the most boring part.
The first 3 or 4 bosses you do percentage damage to you. They're like physically incapable of killing you, and then the rest are just like barely a step above a tutorial.
Yeah.
I think probably the first like challenging boss is like the Sinspawn Gui or whatever, or the lobstery thing that happens at the Mihen High Road.
Does Ryan know about Seymour?
Oh, fucking Seymour.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
that's a boss fight that's either a joke or impossible if you depending on how well you know what you're supposed to do.
The Seymour fight is just my shorthand for really dumb boss fights that need you to do something like hyper specific. Because I had the luxury of having someone who was traumatized by the Seymour fight tell me what to do.
Oh god.
Well, the problem with the Seymour fight is, to this day, I'm not 100% sure if
the way you're doing it is the way
if
you're
the way you
supposed to
beat
do
it
it.
is like the intended, like, here is how you beat the boss fight mechanic.
So can we
'Cause, like,
can we just
what's
clarify which Seymour here? Just
the first
first Seymour fight.
The very
Okay.
first Seymour fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like with the thing of it is like I can't. I as far as I know, I've yet to find any like official, like source material that's still, and no like like first party strategy guides or anything like that that say, well, to beat the Seymour fight, you do this thing, like everyone just kind of knows like you have to steal the potions from the guards and then they can't heal anymore. But it's like, is that just a quirk of programming, or is like was that the intention all along?
How long between the Seymour fight? How long have you get what's her face, Riku?
Riku, not very long, because
Yeah,
you
you
get
haven't-
her, on the moon flow, then it's Guado Salam, then it's the Thunder Plains, Macalania Forest, then the Seymour boss fight, and
That sounds like enough stuff. Because I was gonna say it's like, what if it's just like a tutorial to be like, hey, sometimes you just gotta steal shit. Sometimes you just gotta steal, but it's like that's
so it's not so
Hunter.
immediate.
Why?
Oh no. Jail cat. Jail cat.
Crap. Okay, we. Oh, did he just?
Did you just kill your pet?
Get out of here!
Uh-oh.
Hold on, he did the thing where he opens up like eight new desktops for me. There we go.
Ah. So Seymour.
Because I was gonna say it's like if you get Riku like right before the Seymour fight, then it might just be like a stealing tutorial. But like with that amount of time, I don't think that makes sense.
No, by that point you pretty much the only other like
I was gonna say it's like it also couldn't
the
have
only
been
other
that.
Riku tutorial that you get after that is that after you go to the desert, you learn that you can destroy machines by just stealing from them.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say it's like it couldn't have been right after because I'm pretty sure we had Waka on thief duty by then. Also, I decided to make Waka my thief, which will never not be funny.
Because we thought the idea of morally conflicted Waka having to steal in order to do his job properly.
Wrong. I thought
is
the
really
idea
funny.
of Waka doing everything in this party was funny, so that's why he does everything.
So that adds another question.
Because he also had armor break.
So what's
and all the strength upgrades.
So what sphere grid did you start with then? Did you start with a sphere grid where everyone could just start at the center and be anything they wanted?
No.
No. We started with.
I used friend spheres.
Yeah, we used the special spheres to
Okay,
like give
cool.
him the abilities.
So you had what the
Ditto
world
for
would
Yuna.
consider.
I just gave Yuna all of Lulu's magic because I liked Yuna way better.
To be fair, I think that was actually like that might have been my advice. So just be like, if you give Yuna all of Lulu's high level magic, she can just be the black mage because her magic stat is actually better. She just doesn't learn any offensive spells till the end of her sphere grid.
Oh, good, I did that as well. I mean, yeah, it's like why would you need two party slots for a black mage and a white mage when you could,
just have one that does both.
Hey, Ryan, I have a question.
Yeah.
What's your stance on Kamari?
Oh. Well. Are we talking young Ryan when he first played Final Fantasy X and didn't think about
Ryan,
Kamari being a blue mage?
The man that we are talking to right now is about to go and start a file in Final Fantasy X. He has to decide what he's going to do with Kamari. What happens?
Leave him and then regret that choice when he actually gets to when he gets to Gagazet.
He doesn't know.
I don't regret
Token
that
he
choice
doesn't
at all.
know.
I don't regret that choice at all. Why do you regret it? Do
No,
you
I
know that
don't
the-
know. Please,
Do you
please.
know that? Do you know that that boss fight is like it scales to your Kamari's stat line?
Oh, I knew that.
So
Then why do you regret it? That's so funny.
you can literally just ignore him the entire game, and then you'll have a boss fight against dudes that do like 42 damage. It's great. It's the best thing ever. And then you just, lance like 12 abilities off of them. All the abilities that you ignored the entire game.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And
Yeah.
they just blast them down with ultimates.
Now remember, I'm talking about young. At this point, I'm talking about young Ryan here. Old Ryan, absolutely did that. Young Ryan had that at one of his very, very many roadblocks that he had.
I think Duncan and I determined that if we were gonna do Final Fantasy X as a stream, we figured out what team we'd want and how we were gonna leech the abilities off of everyone else.
I don't remember.
The team we talked about was Riku, Waka, Yuna, with Riku leeching off of Titus, Waka leeching off of Arin, and Yuna leeching off of Lulu, and then we ignore Kamari.
Then Kamari just gets fucked.
Yeah.
It's like, Kamari, it's fine. We just,
We literally, we would literally have a party of fighter, mage, thief.
I think when I play Final Fantasy X, I give Kamari just enough levels to more or less dominate his tiny part of the sphere grid, but then I usually quit before I actually get him to be anywhere else. I cut him short before he actually gets a chance to be a blue mage.
Cool musket, huh? Oh, wait. Have to reload here. Die. I kill you.
No, I killed you for a second time.
How? Retreat! Everyone into the stronghold. Rest the drawbridge immediately.
Oh, we're getting close towards boss fight.
There actually isn't a boss fight in this level.
Ah.
All is fair in love and war. You have fought well, but that's as far as you shall go, my friend.
However, we have something that's arguably harder than a boss fight.
Was that you? Yeah, come on, we're winning. All we have to do is unjam those gears.
Yeah.
I'm on it, General.
So welcome to the Napoleon Fortress platforming section. Statistically, no one's favorite part of Psychonauts. Let me in. Let me in.
Excuse me.
So, where am I? There's a stronghold. So, we need to unjam the gear.
Oh no.
Do you like my cool skid shot? This is something I should also do with more health than what I have, but we're at a dream fluff, so here we are.
Uh-oh. Oh no. The
platforming.
The digital edition of a remaster of the worst video game ever made launches on December the 8th. No. Plumbers don't wear ties.
Guys, can we play it?
A novel adventure. Plumbers don't wear ties. No.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh.
You
I
don't think we should tell him.
No. Don't Google search it.
Oh, I like how he can hit me through that sword.
Do you like that? You don't sound like you like that. I don't know. To me, it just feels like you're being disingenuous.
I'm wondering if that's even possible for us. No, I think we can stream it, right?
Probably.
I mean, maybe.
We're able to stream Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
Bro.
And that had cartoony pixelated BB.
I don't think Plumbers Don't Wear Ties is uncensored.
You know what I can easily do? I can just check the Switch restricted games, can't I?
Oh yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so this whole platforming gauntlet around the stronghold. When I was a small child, I had to do this with a keyboard.
Oh.
And he's there.
Are you able to telekinesis him from before that platform?
No, because he's immune to shots, I'm pretty sure.
You can't
You
like
shut up.
You can't like pick him up and throw him with your big brain powers.
Okay, good news. It is not on the prohibited games list.
You can pick up that basket.
Okay. That's great, I guess.
Also, you guys like this plant?
Oh, and it floating in the air.
More highlights that I remember from when me and Duncan played Final Fantasy X together.
Oh, yeah.
My dismay over not being able to play Blitzball for like a third of the game.
Yeah. I mean, granted, that was also a reason why I never completed, or one of my save files reasons I never completed Final Fantasy X. I kind of got to the Mian High Road, played Blitzball.
Hey, do you guys like this stock classical music?
What, Andrew?
Do you like this stock classical music?
Sure, it's some kind of. Is it exactly what it is? Is there nothing French about this?
It's not something I don't
Hey,
remember.
yo,
It's something I
bitch.
can kind of Google on this. I don't know if I've got the ability to Google.
No, that's from like a classical piece.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know the name of the piece. Oof. Yes, I'm really loving this not annoying part that you're having to go through here.
And again, I managed to do this with a keyboard. And considering the fact that I also beat the PS4 version, I also did it with input lag.
Oh.
So in theory, this is like the most stars aligned should be able to do this situation I've ever been with this section, and here I am. Get out of my life. Just gotta take a leap of faith, I think.
Ooh.
Go away. Go away.
Get in there.
I thought I was about to fall off that platform and I was gonna blow up.
Oh. Bridge.
Get me out of here.
Getting
Thanks,
all the...
arrowheads.
Capitalism.
What?
All the arrowheads that Andrea got.
Oh.
Alright, let's win.
Ta-da! That was easy.
I'm the king of the castle.
Game 1.
Oh, you have to storm the stronghold with your knight, you stupid fool.
There you
Wow.
Can't get a good grip.
Get there. And now storm the castle.
Your walls are no thicker than the crust of a creme brulee. Behold the mighty tapping of my spoon.
God, it reminds me that there was a game out called Fat Princess.
F for Fat Princess.
Oh, it was a capture the flag game, where the flag was a princess. And you had to get your princess, or you had to get their princess into your base. But the way you made it harder for your opposing team was to pick up cake off the map and feed said princess. The more you fed the princess, the heavier she got, and the harder it was to move her into the base.
Interesting.
It was cartoony as hell. Never played it, but just the idea, the concept of a capture the flag, where you can make it harder for someone else to capture your flag by weighing them down.
I was sick that day. Very bad stomach cramp. Let me tell you. That's why I've always got my hand.
Goodbye.
You know? You'll find out when you're older. It's hereditary.
And he came, but no.
Is he really gone? Hello? Hello? Anyone else in here? Ha! We did it, Raz! I'm all me again. One person, not French. Get me out of this
Bro, me when?
jacket so I can go strangle me an orderly.
Hey, good thinking, Fred. That sure would save me a lot of work.
Yep. Right after I take a nap.
Yes. What?
Uh,
Nap?
War is hell, Rasputin, and I am sleepy. I'll take care of Crispin for
We
you
should play.
just as soon as
We should play Shadow Hearts from the New World.
I thought you were gonna say we should play Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow Hearts. Are you a fellow man of culture?
I'm only aware of the one game in the series. Calm down, Ryan.
Oh,
there's a reason I named the very specific title in the series.
Damn it! I mean, I'm jealous that you managed to play from the New World because I was a Covenant guy. Again, it was the second one. Covenant was the second one. It was the second of two that directly followed each other, and I never got the first one. Some good news though, since like Shadow Hearts games are prohibitively expensive to purchase, there's a spiritual successor being developed.
Yay!
So maybe we'll go for that at some point instead. Hey, Maloof, nice brain. I mean, I'm a bit concerned why Raz kisses them, but you know.
That's probably hygienic.
Whose brain we got here? Right.
All right. Raz, were you paying attention?
I don't think he was. Gnome!
Alright.
You've been gnomed.
You cannot denome. Alright. I think we're done here. I'm gonna take out a dog and fucking nap. I've drained so much of my energy doing this.
Well, it's probably not made you think about being ill for a bit.
Yeah. Hopefully I haven't sent it to corpse adjacent.
Oh no. Alright, well, we are going to wrap this up here. So, next scheduled...
Had 5 hours, or 4 hours, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Tomorrow I'll be back playing more Cassette Beasts. I got my ass absolutely kicked at the end of the last stream. I'm going to continue to try and not get my ass kicked tomorrow. So, yeah, that'll happen. And until then, have a good night. Peace out.